Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Hiya.
Yeah.
We made it, sort of.
Yeah. It doesn't
Ish.
feel Thursday-like, does it?
No. I mean, this has been, though, one of those, weird...
Yeah.
You felt every moment of the week.
The 4-day work week weirdom.
Just because of the weather and because of all the... I've had to circumnavigate Roswell 3 times. And I know my car gets good gas mileage, but there's only so much that good gas mileage will get you before it's, tank after. But I've had to go around because you had to hit high ground to get anywhere in Roswell.
Especially on the south end.
Especially on the south end.
Well, the city sent a press release yesterday.
Yeah, there was something in the news about, which I didn't even know we had a system like this, but about the...
Yeah, here's the official flooding in South Roswell. Following the recent thunderstorms, City of Roswell is continuing to deal with a large amount of water flooding streets and other areas south of Roswell. The Roswell Chaves County Emergency Manager was part of an aerial review of the area on Tuesday. The source of the water flowing into South Roswell is a breach in the flood control diversion structure, similar to a levee, about 1.25 miles west of the city. The city is working with Chaves County and the Chaves County Flood Commission, an independent public entity that maintains the diversion structure, if you wonder what that is, as well as the state of New Mexico to try and stop or control the flow of the water. Several city streets remain closed through traffic through today, at least, or tomorrow or yesterday. I don't know how much better it is this morning. I haven't been down that way. In the area, motorists are discouraged from scuba diving. I mean, driving through flooded areas.
Oh man. Oh dude. That was a nightmare. I'm looking at it it's just in this one intersection. I can make it and there's high ground right over there. Don't do it.
Nah.
Don't do it.
Wouldn't be prudent.
Don't cross the river.
Wouldn't be prudent.
1,000 points a light. Don't do it.
I drive a canoe.
It was bad. But I did just realize through that I didn't know that we had a levee-like structure in Roswell, which excites me because for the first time in my life, I actually have an opportunity to drive my Chevy to the levee and see if the levee is dry.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
We have a Eugene Levy keeping us out of it.
Hey, stop with the water. Hey, you water. Knock it off.
Son.
So what you're trying to say is that... No, I can't. I actually can't make that joke on the radio.
Son, when you meet a girl.
So you're trying to say that there's a creek running near Roswell. Actually, apropos creek.
It's not a crick. After yesterday's discussion.
It's certainly not a crick. By the way, before we get too deep into anything, can I just say welcome back to Tanner?
Yeah.
And never let it be said or underestimated what you do.
Tanner's back in the captain's chair in the video room there.
Mike will attest to it. I was all over the place for the last... That was my cardio. I got my cardio in for the last 2 days.
Yeah, we have to change the carpet because there's a path.
There's a rut now.
Yeah, from him zipping back and forth all day.
Just put a sign on it. It was the Sean Smalls Memorial Rut.
Trough.
Trough. But yeah, Tanner, welcome back. And big thanks to you for everything you do. And hopefully, I actually can't wait to hear the Tanner stories from the trip.
Oh, yeah.
I told him to take a bunch of pictures because I've seen the way him and his friends take pictures and the way they angle and frame. I'm really excited to see the pics that he took.
Well, he was, I told him many moons ago. I feel like
back in 1965.
Actually, in my head, I hear Commandant Lassard from Police Academy many years ago. But anyway, I had gone to the St. Louis Arch, and one of the pictures I remember taking with my little, 1988 camera jobber there was going right up this to the next to the side of the arch and then taking a picture of how the arch goes up.
Okay.
So
I was like, so you shot an upskirt of the arch?
Kinda.
Basically?
Kinda, yeah. So old Tanner over his trip here sent me a pic.
Did he replicate your shot?
He replicated.
That's awesome, dude. That's great.
Yeah, he replicated.
Cool.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, he didn't get to go up in the arch because he didn't have time for the 45-minute presentation that they wanted to hit him with before they let you up the arch.
There's a whole presentation.
Well, yeah, they want to tell you about it, and it's quite interesting. He just didn't have time because he thought
it was an arch.
He was doing the lightning rounds and all.
You know, it's so weird. Like
it's the gateway to the west.
It is
Sean.
the gateway to the west. I understand that, sir. But
you can't go west unless you go under the arch.
Unless you go through the gate, you just hit a wall. It's an invisible wall. Other than that,
I think you hit the old Bush Stadium.
They determined, or we were able to build the wall that Donald Trump always wanted to build. It's just invisible and separates the country from east to west. But it's funny that there was a time in our history where we just aspired to build big stuff. Just like the Washington Monument, Mount Rushmore, the Arch. I mean, we were just like, nothing at all. It just seems kind of funny that we were like, well, we expanded to the west. I guess now we just make big stuff.
Most people that create them, like Mount Rushmore, some guy is like, I want to carve into the side of the mountain.
I was going to say
America, I go do it all my life.
America, but most of the people that did that were French. So France.
Well, they liked us.
It just we've stopped doing that along the way. I mean, we build big buildings now; it's more efficient. But it seems odd that a large portion of our history and the labor therein was devoted to building kind of just statues of stuff.
Well, that's
art.
Look at history. History's through art and everything. I mean, you think of, well, look at, ancient Rome and all that. What, some of the big structures we think of, the Colosseum. These are places of entertainment.
I'm just curious what the big thing was that was built that was like, where we finally as a society determined, all right, we're done building big stuff.
I don't think we've stopped.
Haven't we though? What's the last like big thing you've seen that's like...
there's a ginormous Noah's Ark in the middle of Missouri that was done, or wherever that's at.
But
I don't. That's no different, really. I mean, if you think about it,
it's not as renowned.
Not yet. Who knows? 20 years, 30 years from now, everybody might be going to that ark. I don't know. Who knows?
It's going to be a hard sell.
Or we may fill it with water and have to get in that thing. I have no idea.
Actually, you know what? You guys want to send that bad boy down here? We'll see if it's watertight. Test the duck seal on that bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is. It's just different, and it's different things.
I guess it just seems like we as a country collectively were like building a bunch of big stuff for a long time, and then we were just like, all right, done with that now.
Like Statue of Liberty was a gift.
Yeah.
Washington Monument.
That was it. We were like, all right, game on.
And D.C. was actually a planned out city. When they designed that city, It was designed and, all of that was put into the design.
Now, look, a monument is, I totally understand that. Mm-hmm. A monument has a reason for being. And I know I grouped Mount Rushmore with that, but like the gateway, or the arch, it seems less monumental and more just a thing.
Well, part of it's attractions. I mean, sure. I'm sure when they built it, they said, hey, how do we get people to come to St. Louis? Hey, let's build this arch. That'll give us an attraction.
And I always use this reference, but it feels very like world's largest ball of twine to me,
Maybe. I mean, there's a little bit more history behind that one. It wasn't a guy just saying, hey, I like yarn and started a collection and then lost his friends and then eventually built this thing. Now,
that having been said, there is one of those like random roadside attractions that I desperately want to go to. I think it's in Arizona. Somewhere down there. I watched...
It's not the thing, is it?
No. I've heard about the thing. I'm curious about the thing.
Well, if you drive to Arizona and you say, "Come, have you seen the thing?" And
it's just like a thing under glass, right?
I think it's like some kind of like hairy.
You can't really pull that off
thing.
in the now that we have the age of the internet. But no, there's I watch a lot of videos of abandoned places, like abandoned malls, things like that.
Uh-huh.
And there's I think it was at one point a theme park, or they were trying to be a theme park that was Flintstones themed.
Okay.
And so now it's like out in the middle of the desert, and there's just all this like random Flintstone stuff. There's like a stone, like a flint, like their style of house, kind of that rock carve out. There's like you can find a example of like the Flintstone mobile that you can like sit in, and it's all torn up because it's been abandoned for years. But I would love to go there and just take some pictures.
Yeah, there's back in Maryland, excuse me, or and where I grew up, the area I grew up in. And I remember going there once as a little kid, like 2, in that area. It was really young, and I vaguely remember it. I just kind of remember some of the attractions. But they had like a theme park, like a little park that had like a little zoo and not like Disney World style rides, but merry-go-rounds and little kid style things. But everything was kind of an Alice in Wonderland themey with the big giant mushroom houses and castle-y looking things, but it was cartoony. You know, it was very that fantasy look to it. Well, that park closed years ago. But the area in Maryland where it's at, like, it's all overgrown into the woods again. But it's just like you said. So you walk through this area in the woods, and it, well, like, not so much the attractions, but like these mushroom houses and things like that are popped up. It's still there in the woods.
That's cool.
Then you see one of these almost it now looks like some kind of out of a horror movie, like some kind of clown or that's
like and I've
animatronics-y looking thing.
There was a weird period of like children's entertainment where y'all got into some super creepy stuff. I mean, the entirety of like the 60s and 70s children's television is like nightmare fuel.
Well, technology was different.
Just clowns and HR puffin stuff, and it's all nightmarish. Like even when I was in childcare, like I was kids, I was actually studying to become a teacher at one point in my life. When I was actually doing my practicums and stuff, some of the posters on the wall had that very like 70s like colored balls vibe. And even those posters would give me these weird like flashbacky, like I remember this stuff when I was a kid, and it's just weird. Everything had a weird like gravel coat to it back then.
I guess so. I don't know. It's kind of hard to remember some of that.
Hard to think about a life before when you had a CRT TV.
I remember. I mean, some of that. Yeah, I mean, I can remember some of that, and some of it's just how it was, you know, and I don't think much about it.
Well, and that's the thing is though, we weren't so reliant on entertainment. It was there. I loved the entertainment I had, but we went outside. We did stuff.
I didn't grow up in the era of when I first came into this world. We talk about TV and all that. My cable wasn't around yet. There wasn't, I was born in the 70s. So none of that stuff, cell phones weren't even thought of. I mean, it was just computers. No, nothing. We didn't, all that stuff didn't happen until I was a teenager, really, and that's when I started getting into all that stuff.
Right.
But, it just, but that park, and I actually want to go, like, if I ever had, like if I get that $5 million from the state of New Mexico,
right?
One of my things, I'll go and do that thing there.
Yeah, you let me know how you feel when you get your fishing license. Yeah, no, but I'm telling you, and I've gone down the rabbit hole on this one with the Abandoned. There's actually a channel, I think it's just called Abandoned, where the guy goes to like different malls. I don't know how he gets access to these places, but just abandoned malls, and in a lot of cases he'll do like a before where he'll show like pictures and like videos in some cases of the mall, like the grand opening or whatever, and then now, and it's insane.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
You speak of malls. One thing that our boss Gene, he'll send me every once in a while. Like I think he watches the YouTube videos of these but they're not like overgrown. They're just, some of them are still open, and sadly enough.
Well, yeah, and those are the weirdest ones of all. There's just like a random Payless and then like a Macy's at the other end.
Yeah. Well, one he showed me, and I was like, oh, I know that mall very well. It was right there in near my grandmother's house. So growing up as a kid, like when we had like fancy money. We went school shopping at that mall, and it was a dump ghetto mall back then.
Oh, really?
And it hasn't changed. That's what it is. It literally, they haven't updated it. They hadn't. I mean, it literally, like, it looked old and decrepit in 1982. Here in 2021, it looks the same, and they haven't changed it. And
I'm sure they come in and buff the floor every now and again.
I don't even know about that.
Right.
It's just, and I was like, that mall is. I didn't even think. I was like, it's still, because I was like, I haven't been in there since I was probably 10 or 11. Right. I mean, he was young. And then he showed me, and I'm watching the video. I'm like, it looks the same. I said, because I got lost in that mall. I remember in the pennies in there, and that was I got lost, and I had to go to the lady, and next thing you know, I'm like waiting, and I turn around, there's Mom staring at me with the look of death.
Where did you go?
Yeah.
At least she waited for you to turn around. That's very like pro wrestler of hers. I could feel you there, and then my mom would just grab the scruff of my neck, and give me a good bye the God Harry, and pull back.
But yeah, that mall, Iverson Mall.
That's great. So, but the weird ones are like those, but like there's just like one store open. That's like all there is. The entirety of the place. Just such a weird thing.
Yeah, it is weird. Let me give you the rundown.
Oh yeah.
And I got gifts thanks to the chamber. Got lots of gifts.
Nice.
Bizball, anyone?
Gift.
We get to chit chat this hour. Thank goodness.
More of this.
Otherwise, we'd be late. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to play an interview. This is when Gene Dow in our sister station had his on his morning show talking about the Tunnel to Towers event with the mobile exhibit that's coming to Artesia here June 11th through the 14th. We played the interview of the curator there, and this interview is with Christy Burrell. She is an author. She's written some children's books about 9/11 and all that, but her father is a first responder, and he was part of the group of first responders there that rescued the final survivor.
Oh, wow.
In the 9/11 wreckage of all the debris and everything. This was the last person found. Her father was part of the group that rescued that person. Man. And so she's written these books, and she's also part of the Tunnel to Towers folks. So they had a great interview with her, so I'm going to play that for you guys in the 8 o'clock hour. It's about 20 minutes long. And then in the 9 o'clock hour at 9:15, we had Andrea Moore with the Roswell Chamber join us, talking all about tonight's Chamber Night out at the ballpark as the Roswell Invaders take on the Santa Fe Fuego tonight out at Joe Bauman Stadium. So we're going to play that interview talking about that and all the other things coming up. But be listening throughout the show because I've got tickets to give away for tonight's game. You want to see the Invaders? We're giving away 4 packs of the game tonight. It's Chamber Night out there. They got free swag and everything else. I believe they're passing out a few adult beverages for folks that aren't able to. Be nice to have a cold beer and a ball game.
Not too shabby.
I'm telling you. But tonight, 7 o'clock. So be listening throughout the show. Definitely this hour. Maybe in a few minutes. Maybe. We're going to be giving away chances to give away 4 packs to see the Invaders tonight taking on the Santa Fe Fuego. Look for they had opening night last night. Season opened last night.
Night?
Go to RoswellInvaders.com. You can learn more about Invader Night, Invader Youth Baseball Camp, and read with the Invaders events, all that kind of stuff, which we'll talk about more later. And see the schedule, get your tickets, everything else. RoswellInvaders.com.
I always love hearing baseball announcers when they're like, "Whoa, inside Goody Arrows." It's like nobody talks like that.
Baseball guys.
So much puke. There's so much puker in that.
Yeah. Well, Bob Euchre's the one who kind of enhanced that. But a bit outside, but, it's kind of part of baseball.
Ride the line, and it's out of here.
It's, you don't have to be a Cubs fan, but you listen to Harry Carey doing baseball, that feels right.
Hi.
All right, 7:23. Let me hear you. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Stationary front and low pressure nearby, and we still have a little bit of moist air in eastern New Mexico, so we can't rule out a few showers or thunderstorms this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be fair, and our high temperature in the mid-80s. Overnight, partly cloudy with low to mid-60s, and then tomorrow looks about the same, mostly sunny in the morning, maybe an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, and mid to upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 62 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 78%. Winds are, in fact, calm at the moment. Mostly sunny today, looking at a high of around 85 with southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 60 with southeast winds 5 to 10. Notice, I did not mention a word today about rain. Yeah, it's not in the forecast today. Not complaining. Friday, we are looking at a 20% chance at some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, sunny with a high of 88 tomorrow. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy. Overnight low of 62 with south winds 5 to 10. For your weekend on Saturday, mostly sunny. Highs around 93 expected with south winds 5 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 15 for the afternoon. Saturday night, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 64. Sunday, we're looking at a 20% chance at showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon. Otherwise, mostly sunny. Highs right around 94, so definitely warming up for the weekend. Sunday night, mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 66. And then looking, just kind of glancing to next week, It looks like we're going to be warm next week. Highs in the upper 90s. 96 on Monday, 99 on Tuesday, 98 on Wednesday. So enjoy your 80s today because it's going to gradually start warming up here as we go through the weekend and certainly into next week. All right, it is 26 minutes after 7 o'clock. Zia Guns USA here in Roswell. They've got your ammo in stock. That's right, 22 ammo is in stock. Also, 50-count boxes of 9mm ammo in stock. They are also accessories as well. They're the largest Vortex optics dealer in the state. They also now carry the Athlon spotting scopes. And as always, they are your Benelli, Stoeger, and Uberte dealer. Do want to mention that they're buying guns. If you're wanting to sell either a gun, a gun collection, your entire estate sales, things like that, no problem. Zia Guns, they got the store fully cash, and they were waiting to make you an offer, and you walk out the door with that cold, hard cash. It's a gun store. Remember that if you got any nefarious thoughts, people. But, yeah, they got you covered. Also, don't forget, if you're looking for coffee drinkers out there, they carry Black Rifle Coffee, so you want to stock up there. And, fellas, Dr. Squatch soap products. You may have seen them online. I know if you've been on Facebook or anything like that, I see them all over. The advertisements, soap products for men, great stuff, all natural, smell good, but smell like a man, all that good stuff. Well, the folks here at Zia Guns USA in Roswell are your only full-fledged Dr. Squatch retailer in Roswell, so you don't have to even go online. You can go in the store, see it, smell it, taste it, touch it, do all that stuff. Maybe not taste it, but touch it and deal it before you make the purchase. So swing on by Zia Guns USA here in Roswell. They're open every day but Saturday because they spend Saturdays with family, and you should too. Stop on by 1907 North Main Street right here in Roswell, or call them at 575-622-0023. All right, it is 7:28. Let's go ahead and pause for a quick commercial break. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Customizable office equipment is one stop away at PTS Office Systems. Of course, you and the business next door do different things, so you need different office equipment. PTS Office Systems has fully customizable office equipment in stock, waiting to be delivered to your business. Get fully customized office equipment to meet your office's specific needs. The day and age of one-size-fits-all office equipment is gone. Shop around at PTS Office Systems today at 217 North Main in downtown Roswell.
Ladies and gentlemen, So Easy Sewing finally has our most popular sewing machines and sergers back in stock. We have the Zest, our entry-level machine, on sale for $149. We have the Amazing Jazz 2, which boasts a 12-inch throat, on sale for $799, and our number one selling Verve sewing embroidery combo machine on sale for $999. All machines include lifetime instruction on the use of the machine. Hurry in to 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell to claim your new machine before they're gone. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Followers of Jesus learn in the Gospel of Matthew about true discipleship. It means emulating him and pursuing a genuine righteousness that exceeds that of Pharisees and teachers of the law. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus described his idea for true disciples. He expected them to be forgiving, honest, genuine, humble, and most of all, kind to everyone around them. True disciples will proclaim that Jesus is the Son of God, that only he's worthy of our praise and our worship. They'll live like he is their Lord and Savior, and that they are repentant sinners saved by his grace. Jesus encouraged his disciples to persevere, knowing that difficult times would come. He gave them a blueprint of what a true disciple looks like. The question is, are we willing to follow that same blueprint?
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Have they found you yet? They're always looking. They work 24 hours a day. They're underground operators, so you probably won't see them coming. They invade 5 million American homes every year. They're looking for yours right now. Termites. They cause more damage than tornadoes, fires, and earthquakes combined. They eat unprotected homes from the inside out every minute of every day. And most homeowners' insurance doesn't cover termite damage. Don't wait until termites find you. Get protected now with the CenterCon Termite Colony Elimination System with always active technology. The system provides continuous daily protection against termites, killing termites today and protecting your home in the future. Termites are always looking. That's why the Centricon system is always active.
To learn more about the Centricon system, call Bob Reed Pest Control at 623-5344 in Roswell and 877-623-5344 for all of Southeast New Mexico.
Good morning, honey. Hey, I have to pick up the kids from school this afternoon. Can you call...
A home invasion can happen anytime, even when you're at home. Protect your home and the ones you love with whole home security from Zenith Security. The security experts at Zenith Security can monitor your whole home 24/7. So they're ready whether you're there or not. Call Zenith Security Services LLC at 626-3521. That's 626-3521 and get whole home security with Zenith Security Services LLC.
Well, the geraniums were a little slow at getting started this year, but now they're ready to go. Hi, this is Jim Gilf with a lesson in delayed gratification. At Roswell Seed Company, we grow our own geraniums, and that old polar vortex sure slowed them down. But now they may be the sturdiest, most colorful geraniums you've ever put in the ground, so come get yours today. Kind of like your neighbor's son who's still living in the basement. Late bloomers can be the brightest of them all. Or maybe not. Have you seen that kid?
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You cannot snore and dream at the same time, unless you're dreaming about snoring. Here's Mike Winters.
Which I have. Good morning. It is 32 minutes after 7 o'clock. And all right, let's do this, Tanner. All right. So tonight it is Roswell Chamber Night at the Invaders game as the Roswell Invaders take on the Santa Fe Fuego. It's going to be 7 p.m. tonight out at Joe Bauman Stadium. I've got a 4-pack of tickets for the game tonight. Get there a little early because it's Chamber Night. They got all kinds of chamber free swag for you and stuff and beverages and all kinds of stuff. But be my first caller right now, 575-578-1198. And I've got a 4-pack of tickets for you to see the Invaders tonight take on the Santa Fe Fuego. Little baseball. It's actually night 2. The opening night was last night, so full-fledged baseball happening here in Roswell. So be my first caller right now, 575-578-1198. I'll give you a 4-pack to see the Invaders tonight out and at the game. 7 o'clock's first pitch, but I'd probably get out there about a half hour early and everything just for fun, frivolity, and festivities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's half the fun of going to the ballpark is kind of the experience of the ballpark
Yeah,
itself.
that's why they got the whole song and everything.
Yeah.
You know. Root.
Peanuts, Cracker Jacks.
Don't forget to root for the home team.
Mm-hmm. If they don't win, it's a shame.
Yeah.
You know, there's like 3 verses of that song.
There's a whole... It's kind of like our Star Spangled Banner.
Which just blew my mind the first time I found out there's a second verse of this?
Of the Star Spangled Banner?
Star Spangled Banner, yeah.
There's a whole lot more in second.
There's like a third, fourth. I think there's like 4 verses total. Yeah. But it's crazy.
Well, it was originally a poem.
Yeah.
It wasn't a song.
Right.
It was put to song later.
I like to picture Francis Scott Key down there just like trying to work like tone and harmony.
He's out in the harbor on a boat going, skiddly bop doo 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 ah.
See. Can you...
It's a cool place you ever get to go there. Fort McHenry.
Oh.
That is in Baltimore, Maryland. That is where, during the War of 1812, the British were bombing the fort. And they were just bombarding it all night. Francis Scott Key was on a ship out in the harbor witnessing this from afar. And they just pummeled that fort all night long. And then when the dust settled and everything was there, that big old flag never lowered. It was there. They never surrendered. They never got in. And it inspired Francis Scott Key to write the poem, which is now our national anthem.
So, bombs bursting in air, our flag was still there. So you're saying he wasn't that creative. He was just documenting what happened.
He was the reporter on the scene.
That's not a poem. That's just writing down what happened.
Well, he didn't have a camera guy.
Yeah, you were literally just a correspondent. Is what you were the world. Francis Scott Key wasn't a poet. He's the world's first wartime correspondent.
Kind of. Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah. He didn't have the flak jackets like today's reporters do. Dude, He was down there in the foxholes.
And then if you go to D.C. and you go to the American History Museum, you can go and see the actual Star Spangled Banner, the flag that flew over Fort McHenry. So
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And but it's like last time I saw it, they were restoring it so that you actually could go in the restoring thing, and they had it laying flat on this some kind of stand or whatever. Of course, it's all glassed in, but then they had right above the flag, like these little scooter things that were suspended from a little ceiling, and people were laying on the little scooter things and like doing threads and stuff, just
really
hovering over the flag, like laying flat out, like doing. It's pretty cool to see all that, but of course wearing all their get up and all that
untouched,
stuff.
unable to touch anything. That's one of the most fascinating things is, and I think we may have talked about this before, but the show Life After People, the one that they did specifically about DC, or it was about man-made monuments essentially, and how long those would last, and the way that they have the I think it's either the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence, the way they have it hermetically sealed, it's going to last like 300 years. Even when like the power goes off, they have it to where it's like sealed in like, I don't know exactly, I can't remember exactly how they said it, but it was like the air inside is like set to a certain pH level to where like no erosion can ever happen.
Yeah, there was that whole National Treasure movies and stuff when they talk about the stealing the Constitution and all that. I mean, there's a lot of not truth to that, but as far as the protection levels of that document, yes, that is all true. Yeah, the way it's done, it's. Have you ever seen them? The documents
in person? No.
Okay, it's really cool.
I'd love to. I mean, I'd be fascinated.
They're in the archives in DC. If you ever want to go see it, so actually they have it's a museum that people sleep on because people
you can sleep in.
What I mean by that is it doesn't get the shine that some of the other museums.
What I mean by that is they have beds on the ceiling, on the roof. Captain Literal over here. But no, it just the way they were explaining it's like after the power goes off, after you know the temperature inside the building raises to this insane level, after all the overgrowth happens and the monkeys overtake Washington or DC and you know the state in general,
the documents will still be there.
They'll still be there.
Yeah. Yep. They're going to be hard to read, because they've faded very much. They're
and that's the other thing is that they'll still be like untouched inside the thing, but the glass will have gotten so damaged or fogged over that it won't be legible or readable. Yeah. And as soon as you crack it open,
it'll probably go to dust. Yeah, probably would. But but it is really cool if you ever get to see it. And but yeah, the archives has a huge museum that most people just kind of skip through. They don't really like, they're like, oh, we got to get to this museum because it's just not. But to be honest, they'll go there and you'll see the Constitution, Declaration of Independence. There's a rotunda room, unless they've redone it again. And then they have other important documents in that same rotunda. Like there's one of the versions of the Gettysburg Address in there. There's some Civil War orders from Robert E. Lee and things like that were these important documents and things like that. But then you go into the museum part and like you want to learn about the Prohibition era and the books and the amendments and all that stuff and how all that and the documents that go into that side of it. They have a great museum to walk through and see all that stuff. Women's suffrage, the constitutional amendments and how that all came to be. It's quite fascinating, but it's a lot of reading, so people don't. You know, it's not as cool as a big picture of a rocket ship.
Today.
Yeah, and you got a rocket ship in one building and a bunch of documents and other people gravitate to the rocket ship. But it is a very cool museum if you ever get a chance to.
I think the Library of Congress would probably be the place that I would want to spend the most time.
Which one?
The Library of Congress, just to kind of just browse.
Yeah, a card there is not free. Just kidding. I have no idea. Yeah, you know what? I've never really spent a lot of time in the Library of Congress. It's such a vast building, and I mean,
I know it's very archival, and you'd have,
it's just not one of those. It's not on the beaten path of the high popular tours, but I'm sure it's a good one. I'd love to actually do it.
It's not a joke that holds up, but one of my favorite Futurama jokes was when they were talking about how they had the Library of Congress shrunk down to 2 CD-ROMs, and it was fiction and nonfiction.
And there's Bill Gates.
Yeah. It's like, it doesn't hold up because who uses CD-ROMs, and that was supposed to be in the year 3000. So.
And now it's all, by then it's all brain implants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's going to
be. Internal wearable technology.
Yeah, like your Fitbit.
Yeah. Only it's implanted.
It'll fit.
It'd be a nightmare. Constantly have some brain implant telling me how I'm failing.
So wait a minute. I think
that's half the reason I took the snapshot out of my car.
I think that's already there, right?
I don't want to be told. I don't want to be told that I brake too hard.
I never understood that one.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever had it?
No.
And yeah, Yeah, they don't sponsor us, so we can talk about them. So the snapshot, it's offered the second you get the Progressive insurance, whatever. You can take it, and you can opt in, and if you pass or whatever, you get a discount.
Okay. But what if you don't? What happens?
Your insurance stays the same.
Does it?
Well, I don't know. That's what they say.
That's the part I'm like,
Right.
oh, this guy drives like a maniac. We're going to jack him up.
But you get into this point where you start getting into screaming arguments with your car, where you like stop at a stoplight and it goes doo-doo. You're like, that wasn't a hard break. I need to know what your definition of a hard break is.
Yeah, I've seen those commercials. I'm like, who wants this for real? I mean, for real, who wants that? Nobody.
But it's one of those. Well, the discount,
But then again, people love to be told what to do on that stuff. Why do you think people don't exercise unless you wrap something on their thing telling them how many steps they got?
Yeah,
that's the only reason why.
You gamify it. I
guess.
But I guess it is. If that's your kink, that's a weird kink. I like to be told what to do, but only by my car.
Well, I mean, they probably put it in and said, man, I'm trying to get a perfect score today. And so they're going to, so in that, I'm sure there's dozens of people that want it. But for most part, people are like, no, the last thing I want to do is something to wrap me out because I'm sitting here with a cheeseburger on my lap and I'm doing 10 miles over the speed limit while I'm whipping around corners, not signaling. Oh, I braked too hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
that thing don't see the situation. Maybe the guy in front of me braked hard. You don't know.
Right. Yeah, sure. I slammed into the SUV that had the guy that was late to work, but I avoided the family of ducks. I had to make a choice.
You don't know.
You weren't there, Snapshot. You didn't see what I see.
All right. It is 7:42. I feel like it's a good time to play some news.
Probably should.
Yeah, let's do that. Quick news update, Kim Commando update, and your SRM business update. We'll be back. Don't go away. And your sports report with Eric Butler as well. We'll be back after all of that. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We continue to have fallout from the recent severe thunderstorms. The city of Roswell continuing to deal with a large amount of water, flooding streets and other areas in South Roswell. The Roswell Chavez County Emergency Manager was part of an aerial review of the area west of the Roswell Air Center on Tuesday. The source of the water flowing into South Roswell is a breach in a flood control diversion structure. It's similar to a levee about 1 mile west of the city. The city is working with Chavez County and the Chavez County Flood Commission, as well as the state of New Mexico, in trying to stop or at least control the flow of that water. Several city streets remained closed to through traffic or all traffic as of Wednesday in the area impacted by the flooding. Motorists are discouraged from driving through flooded streets and are urged to seek alternate routes. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
If you own an Amazon Echo or a Ring security camera, you're about to share your internet connection with your neighbors unless you say no. I'm Kim Commando with How to Opt Out, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. Amazon calls it Sidewalk. It's a genius way for Amazon to create a mesh network throughout the United States without laying down any cables or lines. When you buy certain Amazon products, these products connect to each other by using a small amount of each person's internet connection. Since this is big tech, you're opted in automatically. You have to jump through hoops to opt out. Open the Alexa app, hit the More button, go to Account Settings, and finally, Amazon Sidewalk. Geez. Imagine if you bought an airline ticket, unless you said no, you're sharing your peanuts with your seatmate. Once again, we're letting big tech control and track more of our lives. Don't let Sidewalk sideswipe you. The steps along with screenshots needed to opt out of Sidewalk are right now at the top of commando.com.
Remember the feeling you got as a kid of getting tucked into bed? Or the feeling you get now in the arms of someone you love? Safe and secure. It's a feeling of security that only comes through human connection. And that's why the people at Simply Safe are so important. Of course, Simply Safe has an award-winning security system that has all the bells and whistles you'd expect these days. But the people at Simply Safe really want to take it to the next level. They're there around the clock anytime you need them. Whether it's a fire, a burglary, a medical emergency, a burst pipe, or even a problem setting up the system, Simply Safe has a person with the expertise you need ready to help 24/7. And when you know there's always someone there to help, well, that's a feeling you just don't get with any old security system. To learn more about how Simply Safe can help protect you, visit simplysafekim.com today. You can customize your system and get a free HD security camera. simplysafekim.com. That's simplysafekim.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Stationary front and low pressure nearby, and we still have a little bit of moist air in eastern New Mexico, so we can't rule out a few showers or thunderstorms this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be fair, and our high temperature in the mid-80s. Overnight, partly cloudy with low to mid-60s, and then tomorrow looks about the same, mostly sunny in the morning, maybe an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, and mid to upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. What do the Gateway Christian and NMMI baseball teams have in common? Well, the last time both of those teams played, the team they played forfeited the second game of a doubleheader, so both are anxious to get back into action with some competitive baseball. Gateway Christian on Friday. Tomorrow will be playing Elida in a doubleheader. It starts at 2 o'clock. Last time they played, they shut out Dora last Thursday, 24-0 the second game. Dora forfeited. NMMI, meanwhile, last Saturday beat up Tucumcari 29-3. The second game was forfeited by the Rattlers. NMMI Saturday against East Mountain. That starts at 1 o'clock. That should be a good game. NMMI's 8-2. East Mountain 6-2. East Mountain just beat Dexter on Tuesday 15-3. Dexter will try to bounce back Saturday at Sandia Prep. A doubleheader starts at 11. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. A next-generation small nuclear plant will be built at a soon-to-be-retired coal-fired power plant in Wyoming. Bellevue, Washington-based TerraPower is led by Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, who's working with the electric utility Rocky Mountain Power. The effort to untangle Bernard Madoff's web of deceit lives on after his death. More than 12 years after Madoff confessed to running one of the biggest financial frauds in Wall Street history, lawyers have already secured $14.5 billion of the estimated $17.5 billion investors put into Madoff's sham investment business. On Wall Street, the Dow up 25 points to 34,600. The Nasdaq up 19 to 13,756, and the S&P 500 higher 6 points to 4,208. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
As the school year comes to an end and COVID restrictions start to ease, don't lose sight of the lessons learned. Cover your cough, positive personal hygiene, respect one another, show and tell others you love them. Fiscal and social responsibility are great ways to show your love. This is Damon Graham, your local New York Life agent. I can help you show your love to others. Call me at 575-623-0803 so we can determine how you best can show your love. Expect to be blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, So Easy Sewing finally has our most popular sewing machines and sergers back in stock. We have the Zest, our entry-level machine, on sale for $149. We have the Amazing Jazz 2, which boasts a 12-inch throat, on sale for $7.99, and our number one selling Verve sewing embroidery combo machine on sale for $9.99. All machines include lifetime instruction on the use of the machine. Hurry in to 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell to claim your new machine before they're gone. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Ketchup was used as a medicine back in the 1930s. Mike uses ketchup to make friends. He doesn't have a lot of friends. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:49. We gave away our first Roswell Invaders pack, 4-pack for tonight's game chamber night as the Invaders take on the Santa Fe Fuego. Tell you what, let's give away another 4-pack right now. Be my first caller, 575-578-1198, and you will win a 4-pack for tonight's game as the Roswell Invaders take on the Santa Fe Fuego. That game will be at 7 p.m. out at Joe Bauman Stadium. Get there a little early. It's chamber night. They're going to have free swag and beverages and all kind of stuff for folks. But be my first caller right now, 575-578-1198, 575-578-1198, and win the 4-pack to the Invaders game tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun out there. Hey, a couple other things happening to put on your radar while we're talking here. The next hour, stay tuned. Like I said, we were talking about some interview where the interviews we're playing and all that. But next hour, we're going to play an interview with Christy Boreal. I believe is how you say that. I probably butchered that a little bit. She is an author, and she's written several books, children's books, I believe, educating and dealing with the 9/11 tragedy. Her father was is a first responder. He was part of the group that had rescued the final survivor found in the wreckage out at the World Trade Center, and he was part of the group that found the last living person. He was part of that group that was finding them. So she did an interview with Jean Dow and Debbie on our sister station in Artesia, talking about the mobile exhibit and talking about her books and experience on it. So we're going to play that for you next hour. But all of it's promoting the Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Never Forget mobile exhibit that's going to be in Artesia next week, June 11th through the 14th. They're actually going to start things off here on the 10th in Roswell. Beginning at 1 p.m., they're going to have the actual mobile exhibit. It's going to be here in Roswell, and they're going to do a big full-on escort of the exhibit with police, fire, rescue, the whole nine, bells, whistles, just welcoming it to town, and then escorting it to Artesia on the 10th at 1 o'clock. So if you're getting out on the highway and all that, want to see some of that, definitely love to do that. Then when it sets up shop that day on the 10th, I believe the rest of the day, the exhibit will be for first responders only. They're not going to allow the general public in on that first day, just first responders, folks of that nature. Then on June 11th, they'll do the opening ceremonies at 9 a.m. It's going to be out at 511 West Texas in Artesia, there at City Hall, Beige Veterans Park, there downtown. It's pretty easy to find. That's where it's going to be set up for the couple days it'll be there. But from 9 to 10, they'll do the opening ceremony and everything. Then at 10 a.m. on the 11th, the exhibit will be open to the general public from 10 to 4, and it will be open June 12th, June 13th, and June 14th for the public as well, too. But we're going to play that interview next hour, and I'm going to try to, because I'm going out of town that week. That's the week I go to Arizona to the Grand Canyon, but I think the 11th I will be in town, so I'm going to try to sneak in there like the 11th or so before I head out there. So definitely something. But we're going to play the interview next hour. I hope folks will enjoy listening to that. A couple other things. Lunches for the summer. I know school getting out here pretty quick. Summer meal program, the summer lunch program that here in Chaves County, it's happening all over Chaves County. For folks in Roswell, for the summer lunch program, they're going to be doing grab and go style. And they're going to be giving you, I believe, breakfast and lunch, both 2 meals at the grab and go events. It's going to be available at Roswell High School, Goddard High School, and at Berendo Elementary School from 8 a.m. until noon, beginning June 10th and through July 23rd. And that'll be Monday through Friday. So families can go through either one of those places beginning June 10th between 8 and noon, June 10th through July 23rd. Again, that'd be a Monday through Friday event for the summer meal program. That they can pick up meals there, no problem. Also, they in Dexter, and they've got several spots. Dexter, the following is a list of locations for free lunch programs outside of Roswell here. At Dexter High School, they're doing grab and go, 100 North Lincoln. They're doing a breakfast lunch combo there from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. Midway Assembly of God Church is also another location, 63 Yakima Road in Midway. They're doing breakfast and lunch combos there from 11 a.m. until noon. And then the third location is at the Midway Volunteer Fire Department, 6477 Templeton Road. They're doing breakfast lunch combos there from noon until 1. And again, that's now through August 6th, free to all children up to age 18. Now, the ones here in Roswell will be June 10th through July 23rd, but they're in outside the county there. They're going on through August 6th there, because I think some of those are already out of school and all that stuff. So definitely want to put that on your radar. Hey, also want to put this on your radar. This is a little last minute, but hey, if you got some time and want to get this done, get her done. This is a great opportunity. The New Mexico Department of Health along with Eastern New Mexico University Roswell and the Army National Guard, New Mexico Army National Guard. They are hosting a COVID-19 vaccine clinic today between 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. It's going to be out at the college at Eastern New Mexico University Roswell, there in the PE Center, their the gym building. Now, they, I don't know, I think you could probably pre-register still if you go online, cvvaccine.nmhealth.org. Again, that's cvvaccine.nmhealth.org. Or you can call by phone, 1-855-600-3453, select option 3. They highly recommend you do that. But if you just if maybe, I don't even know if there's time today, but if you can still drive on by or head up there, it's going to take a little bit longer because you got to do a little paperwork and stuff. But they will get you your vaccinations and everything. You just got to. But go ahead and go to the cvvaccine.nmhealth.org, see if you can get registered in today for that. Yeah, and they'll get you an appointment and all that. But if not, go down there and they will get you shot.
And they got all three, right?
They are doing. I think they're doing Pfizer.
They're doing Pfizer
and the Johnson & Johnson.
I was gonna say, 'cause, I remember you saying something about.
I think they have Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson.
Okay.
They're also vaccinating the children, 12 to 17. So if you have a child between 12 and 17, and you'd like to get them the COVID-19 vaccine, they're doing those out there too. Of course, the children will get the Pfizer because that's the one that's been CDC approved for children under 16 or whatever it is. But for adults, you get the choice, I think, of the one-shot Johnson & Johnson or the Pfizer.
The one-shot Johnson.
It feels good to say it that way.
It really does. What'd you get? Oh, one-shot Johnson.
Yeah.
Got me a two-shot Derna.
But when you say one-shot Johnson, you got to double gun it.
Right.
One-shot Johnson. Pew, pew.
One-shot Johnson. And then you got to change up. You got Pfizer. Oh, Pfizer, 2 shots over here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Pfizer, 2 shots.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's
Pfizer,
me.
2 shots.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We roll strong.
I'm
Two times.
I'm double stick Derna. Sup, fam? Double stick Derna.
Right.
I don't know why I tapped this part of my arm, not here. But, this is what double stick Dernas do. Although I did get it like right here.
Don't question.
That's right.
Just accept. That's the way it goes. We roll hard.
Mm-hmm. If there was a problem, I'll solve it. Check out this shot. Moderna is the one. I got it.
Nice, baby.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Oh man, I think we had another 4-pack winner. I thought I heard the phone percolating out there. Ooh. All right, procrastinators. Listen up. Camp Invention. You're in the procrastination zone now, brother.
It's procrastination station.
That's right. We got June 7th through June 11th. That's next week. Camp Invention is happening. And it's going to be at First Baptist Church of Roswell, 500 North Pennsylvania. It'll be every day from 9 a.m. to 3:30. And the students will be working on 4 featured items. It's a great week of STEM fun camp put on by the National Inventors Hall of Fame. They have camps represented in every state of the country. And here in Roswell, it's going to be happening June 7th through June 11th. You can register your student right now at go to invent.org. And then when you get there, you're going to see a Find a Camp Invention Near You tab. Click that. Then there'll be a drop box. You type in Roswell or 8821, and then everything for the local Camp Invention will be right there. There's a cool video you can watch that talks about all the different things they're going to be working on during the week and having fun with, projects they take home and keep, like a microphone, a solar bot, which is a cool solar-powered cricket, a little road rally car, and a duck launcher, too. It's pretty cool stuff. But they learn all the science and math and engineering behind all these products. It's really cool. And having fun doing it, of course. And learning science. Don't even realize you're just playing. But it's really cool. Now, the cost for the camp is $245. They also have an extended version if maybe your work hours don't cooperate, from 7:30 to 5:30 for an additional $80. But they're offering partial scholarships. If you're interested in those, please call Peggy and let her help you. 575-420-9955. 575-420-9955. If you need partial scholarship help, she'll help you with that. All right, 8 o'clock, you're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. As the U.S. economy continues to rebound from the pandemic, the number of Americans signing up for unemployment benefits continues to decline, dropping 20,000 last week, hitting a pandemic low of 385,000. A Freedom of Information Act request triggering the release of thousands of Dr. Anthony Fauci's emails. Among other things, the emails show that Fauci was alerted that the novel coronavirus appeared to be engineered and that he knew that masks were not effective against COVID. 70% by July 4th, that's President Biden's goal for the share of U.S. adults at least partially vaccinated against COVID-19. Researchers still have much to learn about the coronavirus, but this seems encouraging. Preliminary research suggesting that some vaccines could offer lasting protection, which could diminish the need for booster shots.
Scientists say it's early, but evidence is mounting that immunity from the mRNA vaccines, the type made by Pfizer and Moderna, don't depend exclusively on antibodies, which can dwindle over time. The body has overlapping layers of protection that can offer backup.
That's correspondent Jackie Quinn, Senate correspondent Bob Agnew, on why some congressional Democrats, hardline environmentalists, hope that President Biden's infrastructure talks with Republicans will fail.
President Biden's American Jobs Plan initially won applause from even the greenest Democrats, like Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island, but its $2.25 trillion price tag makes its passage appear unlikely. With Biden now in talks with Republicans on a much smaller $900 billion plus alternative, leftist Democrats fear a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for broader and more radical reforms may be slipping away. Bob Agnew reporting.
On Wall Street, the key average is deep in the red. Right now, the Dow down 175 points, NASDAQ off 166. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Over 10 years ago, we realized how important saving family memories was, and we wanted to help. Legacy Box started from that passion and has now helped over 850,000 families digitally preserve their film reels, VHS tapes, and photos. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. What started with the two of us in a garage is now over 200 trained professionals. Legacy Box is a safe and secure way to put all your favorite family memories on an easy-to-view digital format like a thumb drive, DVD, or the cloud.
We ship you a sturdy Legacy Box to fill with all your outdated media, safety barcodes to track your items throughout the process, and a prepaid mailing label. Legacy Box has been featured by Good Morning America and The Today Show. Not bad for two kids in a garage.
That's true, Nick. And here's the best part. We always wanted to make it affordable to preserve your entire collection, so we're offering 40% off.
Go to legacybox.com/LBOX to take advantage of this exclusive offer. That's legacybox.com/LBOX to save 40%. legacybox.com/LBOX.
An Israeli opposition leader reporting success in forming a coalition and appears capable of ousting Prime Minister Netanyahu. The BBC's Yolande Nell in Jerusalem says Prime Minister's been busy trying to derail the new left-to-right coalition.
We know already that he has been approaching particularly politicians on the right whose parties have signed up to this new coalition, trying to chip away at support because he knows that this new government only has a razor-thin majority. If he is found in opposition, what a formidable opposition leader. He's going to have the biggest single party in the Israeli parliament soon, and he knows very well what the weaknesses of this government are, the topics that it's trying to avoid because it won't be able to reach consensus on the Palestinian issue, on areas where religion and politics mix, and I think he will really work away at that.
Correspondent Yolande Nell reporting from Jerusalem. News and analysis at townhall.com. In sports, the Mavericks now just one win away from eliminating the Clippers.
Luka Doncic scored 42 points, and the Mavericks held off the Clippers 105-100. Dallas leads the series 3-2, but coach Rick Carlisle warns there's still lots of work to be done.
But we haven't done anything yet. You know, we've got to continue to keep our eye on the ball, focus on process, focus on adjustments for Game 6, and try to win the first 5 minutes of Game 6 and go from there.
Doncic also contributed 14 assists and 8 rebounds. Tim Hardaway Jr. added 20 points. Paul George led the Clippers with 23. Kawhi Leonard had 20. I'm Mark Myers.
The world's largest meat processor back on its feet following a ransomware attack. It halted production for a few days. The FBI attributing the attack to a Russian ransomware gang. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What
in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Buenos Thursday, everybody.
See.
Hope all of you are having a wonderful Thursday morning so far.
Yeah, looking bright, sunny, kind of optimistic out there.
No talk of rain today.
Look, shut up with your bad news. Try to be positive over here, but okay, good. Well,
there is no talk of rain today.
All right. Maybe. So you're saying there's no chance.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
There is a chance tomorrow, like a 20. So,
but you know, nice day to dry out a little bit.
All I'm saying is enjoy your 80s this week, because we ain't getting them next week.
Yeah,
we're gonna be back near 100s. Next week
it's gonna be hot. Now the good news is, you know, the things are starting to open up. The pools are starting to kind of, you know, have operating hours again, and
you know what? This is going to happen just in time for me to go to Arizona, not next week, but the week after.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's 100 here,
you're walking into the surface of the sun. Who books a vacation to Arizona in the summertime?
Me?
Yeah.
I got my vaccine, man. I'm going places.
And you would think the rates would be lower. You know, it's like nobody comes to Arizona in the summer. Lord, you're gonna.
I did pick a lot of air-conditioned activities.
Yeah. That's true. You are going to be inside or in some semblance of inside most of the time.
We're so filled with so many indoor activities. But, well, one got canceled. Like, there was a whole bus tour that I was like, oh, sweet. Let's do this because that's an air conditioner. And me and the old blue hairs are going to go down on this bus. And they canceled it.
Oh.
Yeah, they canceled that part of my. So I gotta do something else during that time.
Oh, all right.
Hopefully, if I'm in the area where they have that bridge,
yeah,
I'm gonna walk on it.
You're gonna do the bridge
if it's feasible. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Will Kim do it with you?
Yeah, I think she will.
Really?
Yeah, she would. She's more a go to do it than I am. I don't want now. I'm not hanging on I'm not doing that. Hanging on the bungee jumpings or none of the cliff. No. My hill, my overcome moment will be walking on the glass bridge.
Oh, sure.
That'll be it for me.
That's huge in itself. You're like, I've never stood on glass and not thought I'm going to shatter this thing and go through it. Because in my head, I'm 787 pounds.
I'm deathly afraid of heights. I'm usually pretty good on bridges or buildings. It's usually ladders and stuff. But if I'm standing and I look down and all I see is canyon, I can't imagine that's not going to give me a comforting feeling.
Right.
So we're going to see. I might get 3 steps and pee myself, but we'll see what happens.
You know what's crazy is I'm the same way. I'm very afraid of heights, like deathly afraid of like high heights.
Mm-hmm.
That having been said, you know, going to the park more with the kids and stuff, I'm a lot more daring getting up on the equipment than I ever expected myself to be. Like I'm climbing up there with Hunter and not even shook.
Well, it's because your kid's up there and you're worried about your kid more than yourself.
Is that it?
I think so. I think it is. I think deep down, dad and nurture mode kicks in and you're more thinking about your kid's safety than your own.
It's part of that. And the other part of it is, I kind of like to, show off to the kids.
Well,
what
yeah,
daddy
I'm sure
can
you're trying to play macho man dad, but,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my day, we had monkey bars 3 times this height.
Look what daddy can do.
And there was rocks at the bottom of it, not no padding.
Cute moms. What's up?
Ladies.
Get a good angle from up here,
I've been working on my quadriceps and my biceps plexus.
You know the weird thing about going to the park, especially as a man in his mid-30s, I take my kids to the park. I feel like I can't make eye contact with anybody.
Oh, like you're creepy?
Yes, because I'm just by myself, a dude in a park. And
But
if
you
my
have kids.
yeah, I do, but they're playing. And
yeah, but I think people assume that.
Yeah, which is why I take that role of I don't just sit on a bench. I'll get up and play with them so that people know I'm not just some random dude in a park.
I think what you should do, regardless of your kid's age when you're taking the park, just carry like a big diaper bag thing around with you. And then they're going to be like, oh, that's a dad. And then, you know
or
what I'm
just get
saying?
a shirt printed up that says, not a predator.
That'll work
That'll
too.
sell it.
That'll do. That'll do it too.
Because what predator would order a shirt that says he's not a predator?
That's not a predator's move.
That's not a predator move.
Not in the repertoire predator.
Not a baller predator move.
Not a predator. You know what?
Ladies, don't worry. Look at the shirt. Clearly it's...
See, they would have a real problem in Nashville.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they have a hockey team called the Predators.
Oh, yeah.
And so are they Predator fans or are they Predators? We don't know.
In accordance with hi, in accordance with Megan's Law, I'm here to inform you that I am a Predators fan.
I love the hockey team.
Halfway through your middle of I'm new to your neighborhood and I shouldn't be here is, I can get out of this by just saying I'm a fan of the team.
Yeah, they just hang around Nashville, and if that don't work, they give them hot chicken.
Jim, we have seen a weird rush of sexual predators here in Nashville. I don't understand.
They're all carrying hot chicken.
They're all carrying hot chicken and wearing shirts that say "Not a Predator," written in markers. Fan. Darn this thing.
Can't wait to go to Nashville.
300% increase.
All right. that went a place. Let me give you the rundown of what.
Sometimes it's not about the destination; it's more about the journey.
It's the journey.
That's right. Remember that when you get to Arizona, when you get to your final destination.
There's a lot of holes. Just saying. 12 minutes after 8. Let me give you the rundown. We're gonna get you up to date with the weather and all that here in just a few. Then here in just a bit, we're gonna play an interview. Our sister station now, the Good Morning Artesia program, Jean Dow. They interviewed Christy Borrell. She is an author, and she's written several children's books on 9/11 and things like that. Her father was a first responder. He was part of the group that rescued the last survivor out of the wreckage from the World Trade Center, but are also part of the Tunnel for Towers and promoting the cool mobile exhibit that's going to be in Artesia June 11th through the 14th.
Yeah.
So we're going to play that interview. She's talking about her father's experiences, her books, things like that. So it's about a 20-minute interview. There's a little lead-in by Gene and Debbie. There's also, at the time they played the interview last week, it was around the time when that Artesia officer was killed.
Right.
And so there's a little part where they're talking in the beginning, just kind of, condolences and talking about that tragedy. But that's just a quick minute or two, and then they get into the interview with Christy there. So we're going to play that here in just a few minutes.
Very good.
Be on your listening ears for a chance to win some more Roswell Invaders 4-packs to their game tonight. We've given away a couple of 4-packs so far. Bam! I'm going to do it right now. 575-578-1198. Be my first caller.
Be dialing.
Win a 4-pack tonight to see the Roswell Invaders take on the Santa Fe Fuego. It is Roswell Chamber Night out at the Invaders game. And get out there. 7 o'clock is first pitch. Get out there early for free chamber swag and all kind of fun stuff. Beverages.
Wink.
And all kind of stuff. It's going to be fun. Going to be a great night. Get out baseball. Go to RoswellInvaders.com. See the whole schedule. See everything that's going on. But be my first caller right now. 575-578-1198. Win a 4-pack. 4 tickets to see the Roswell Invaders tonight take on the Santa Fe Fuego.
I used to work with somebody who hated the phrase "be listening."
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Couldn't stand it.
Who was it?
I won't say his name.
Okay.
TC. But he would just, every time I would write a script for him, he would say "be dialing." He's like, you did it again. And so I would have to specifically not write "be dialing" when I would write his promo scripts.
Well, if you be doing it yourself, then you do it any way you want to.
It was actually the joke. It's like, you wrote it again. And I was like, well, you be doing your own scripts. You wouldn't be dealing with this nonsense.
Yeah.
I write a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, and now, in fairness, I now write another certain way based on how I used to write scripts for that guy, which is why for the first 6 months of my career or my job here, everything I wrote was in 16-point all caps bold.
Which drives me insane.
He had bad eyes. He liked that block lettering so we could,
Oh, I'm like, why stop yelling at me? But no, what it is because if I have to send it off, I refuse to send off something like that. So I have to go and change it. It drives me that nuts.
I've gotten better at it, sort of.
But there's still one or two people that yell.
Sometimes in Wavestar, I'll just get to that point where it's like my caps lock is on. I know it's just as simple as pushing the button, but I'm in my zone, And
I use caps lock to really yell at people because when I can't yell at them
for emphasis. That's the problem is when you write all in caps and bold, there's not a lot of places you have to underline stuff.
Yeah, you go little, then it doesn't have the same effect.
It doesn't.
So
it just looks sad.
Yeah. So, but I get kind of nitnoidy about that kind of stuff anyway. It just drives me a little bit more insane when I see that kind of stuff. But be listening. 4-pack right now, 575-578-1198. See the Roswell Invaders take on the Santa Fe Fuego this is they're going to be playing all summer. It's going to be great. 575-578-1198. Get you tickets now. Be getting your tickets now. All right, 8:16. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Stationary front and low pressure nearby, and we still have a little bit of moist air in eastern New Mexico, so we can't rule out a few showers or thunderstorms this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be fair, and our high temperature in the mid-80s. Overnight, partly cloudy with low to mid-60s, and then tomorrow looks about the same, mostly sunny in the morning, maybe an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, and mid to upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 66 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 68%. My eyes need thicker glasses. Winds out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Sunny today. We expect highs in the mid-80s. Winds will be out of the southeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of around 60 with southeast winds 5 to 10. Friday, we're looking at a 20% chance at some showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon. But for the most part, sunny skies and a high of 88 with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 62. South winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at your weekend, a little warmer, mostly sunny, high of 93 for you Saturday with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning, picking up 10 to 15 for Saturday afternoon. Sunday, we're looking at a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon. Otherwise, mostly sunny. Highs right around 94. And then warming up for next week. Beginning Monday, we're going to be in the upper 90s, pushing 100. 96 on Monday for a high, 99 for a high on Tuesday. Wednesday, we're looking at a high of 98. So warmer weather on the way. Enjoy, not enjoy, I'll enjoy it for a minute, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm ready for just the regular weather again, please. We're putting in, accepting things. All right, it is 8:18. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back on the other side of the break. I'll introduce our interview that Gene had with Christy Borraw on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our Cookie Two-Step Ice Cream is a creamy vanilla ice cream with hints of brown sugar, chunks of chocolate cream-filled cookies, and tasty chocolate chip cookie dough pieces. Cookie Two-Step has everybody's taste buds two-stepping, and 1 and 2.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at Thriftway Supermarket in Ruidoso and all Farmers Country Markets.
Followers of Jesus learn in the Gospel of Matthew about true discipleship. It means emulating him and pursuing a genuine righteousness that exceeds that of Pharisees and teachers of the law. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus described his idea for true disciples. He expected them to be forgiving, honest, genuine, humble, and most of all, kind to everyone around them. True disciples will proclaim that Jesus is the Son of God, that only he's worthy of our praise and our worship. They'll live like he is their Lord and Savior and that they are repentant sinners saved by his grace. Jesus encouraged his disciples to persevere, knowing that difficult times would come. He gave them a blueprint of what a true disciple looks like. The question is, are we willing to follow that same blueprint?
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Your home is your sanctuary, and the land it's built on is even more precious. So when termites start devouring your house, you want a proven treatment that's environmentally responsible. You want the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. The Centricon system is the green way to protect homes from subterranean termites. Rather than surrounding your house with hundreds of gallons of diluted chemical solution, the Centricon system strategically uses just a few grams of active ingredient in termite bait, working with natural termite behavior to destroy termite colonies. With this technology, it's no wonder the Centricon system became the only termite treatment to receive the Presidential Green Chemistry Challenge Award from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And homeowners rate the Centricon system as the most environmentally sound termite treatment. Your home is your sanctuary, so monitor, bait, and eliminate termites with the Centricon system. Think of it as your own little piece on Earth.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
Customizable office equipment is one stop away at PTS Office Systems. Of course, you and the business next door do different things, so you need different office equipment. PTS Office Systems has fully customizable office equipment in stock, waiting to be delivered to your business. Get fully customized office equipment to meet your office's specific needs. The day and age of one-size-fits-all office equipment is gone. Shop around at PTS Office Systems today at 217 North Main in downtown Roswell.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than just serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable. Serving part-time lets you attend school full-time while you take advantage of education benefits that can help you graduate debt-free. If a civilian career is your goal, serving part-time allows you to work at a full-time job. The skills, qualities, and contacts you'll develop in the Guard can open doors to a great civilian career. Want to serve but worried about being away from friends and family? Part-time service in the Army National Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want while you enjoy the many benefits of serving your community and nation. You owe it to yourself to learn more about how the Army National Guard can fit into your life. Visit NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The verb form of the word run has been calculated to have almost 650 different meanings. So think about that the next time you run up your tab at the bar, and then run into a friend while you run away from the bartender. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. And as I've been telling you, here is the interview. This is Christy Burrell. She's an author. Her father was a first responder, was part of the group that rescued the last survivor out of the wreckage of the World Trade Center and part of the Tunnel to Towers and the mobile exhibit that'll be in Artesia June 11th through the 14th. So here is that interview. Jean and Debbie are talking with her. It's about 20 minutes here and some good information there. So here's the interview. Enjoy.
Coming up next on Good Morning Artesia, we're going to present to you an interview that we recorded earlier this week with author and CEO of Context Productions, a very nice lady by the name of Christy Burrell. And Christy's father was a first responder at 9/11 and was the gentleman who rescued the last survivor, from that incident. And Debbie and I are going to talk to Christy. She's an author of 3 books. My Buddy's a Hero, and I Didn't Even Know It, 9/11 Courage and Tributes, and Remembering Heroes. And these are children's books that she's written to continue the mission of educating kids today.
Correct.
To never forget what happened on 9/11. Before we get to the interview with Christy, though, Debbie, you wanted to say a few words. Artesia family lost one of our law enforcement officers last Friday in a very tragic automobile accident. The funeral took place this week, and you wanted to say a few words about the loss of Officer Frazier.
I just wanted to say I didn't know him extremely well, but I knew him, and we're going to miss him very much. And we reach out to APD, of course, offering any support, any help, anything that they might need. We just wanted to send our deepest condolences to his family and let him know that we wish him Godspeed.
There's been such a tremendous outpouring of support from the community, from law enforcement agencies, emergency response agencies all across the state.
Yes.
And that's been a tremendous thing to see. And I know and I hope that his family appreciates everything that they're getting from the community.
We know she is.
In light of this tragedy. Okay, well, let's turn our attention and begin our interview with Christy.
Well, good morning, Christy. How are you this morning?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for having me, Debbie.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you joining us and sharing your stories and a little bit about yourself. I did want to thank you for that, Christy. You've actually become quite a very special person to me.
Likewise, Debbie.
Thank you. I kind of wanted to share just a little something. The last year for me on a personal level has been a rather difficult year. A lot of major life changes that kind of had me questioning my purpose, I guess, a little bit. And when I started planning this exhibit, Coming to Artesia, it really put a lot of things into perspective for me. I think we are, through our conversations, I've noticed that we seem to have a little bit in common, or maybe even a lot in common. And planning this project and bringing the exhibit to Artesia has really had a big impact on me. And it has kind of given me a purpose to work hard, educate people that I come across about 9/11. And I just wanted to thank you for that, Christy, because in our conversations, you've really shed some light on things for me. And like I said, it's really given me something to look forward to. And I want to just reach out to you and say thank you for that. So I appreciate you very much.
Debbie, I appreciate you, and I have to tell you, from the first moment we spoke, I knew we were kindred spirits. We are women on the same mission. This is precisely our purpose. It's to help educate people about 9/11 and increase awareness. And I am so impressed with what you are doing there in Artesia for your community and surrounding communities. It's more than people are doing in many places across this great country, and I know that because I'm in touch with many of these places. So I want to thank you for doing all you're doing during such a time in your life. I think it speaks to who you are as a person. You're a woman on a mission. I share that mission, and we're in this together, and we're going to stay in this together.
Thank you, Christy, very much. I appreciate you.
Likewise.
Let's Christy, thank you. This is Gene. Let's talk about, you're an author, CEO of Context Productions, and you have written some books about 9/11. Give us the story. What motivated you to start writing books? Was it because it had been so long since the event that we have a generation of kids that just don't know what 9/11, what happened on 9/11, or anything about 9/11? What led you to become an author and write these books?
That's exactly right, Gene. The more years that passed, the more I saw the need. And I saw the need because year after year, kids would tell me, parents would tell me, educators would tell me, their kids aren't learning it in school. Some teachers are being told not to teach it in school. And many of your listeners may not be aware of this, but whether or not 9/11 is taught in schools is left to the sole discretion of educators and administrators. And I don't believe that kids learning about 9/11 should be left to chance. So I set out to make sure that I could solve for many of the problems I was hearing, right? So you have situations across this country where there are teachers that want to teach about it and feel like it's such a complex topic they don't even know where to start. There are some who don't know much about that day, who when they think about it, think about the horror of that day. And when I think about that day, sure, there was horror, but I don't think about the horror of that day. I think about the amazing heroism of that day. And I think anybody close to that event, that's exactly what they recall. They recall what happened, sure, but even more important is what America did in the face of that and what those everyday heroes did in the face of their darkest moments in their life. That's what that day is about. And that's what kids across this country should understand. And there are many that say, it's tragic and it shouldn't be taught at such a young age in elementary school. I say absolutely not. Children aren't made of glass. They are more resilient than most adults. And I know that from the interactions that I have across this country. Kids want to know. They want to understand. The more I tell them, the more they want to know. They want to understand why they didn't learn about it sooner. And the way I approached this book was important in being able to bring these stories to elementary school kids, give them foundational understanding. That's what these 3 books are about, the foundational understanding of 9/11. I broke the stories up into short segments, 3 books, to be able to help kids to really understand, talk about piece by piece, versus talk about it in its totality. And I believe that foundational understanding will help them to grow and learn even more about 9/11 through the years and as they age. It's such a part of our culture, Gene, that it's shocking to me that it wouldn't be discussed in school. I think about all of the things that I see in my day-to-day life that point to 9/11 and are there because of 9/11, from entertainment I watch to airports we visit, to everything we do, to parking, driving past, monuments and buildings. Everything we do has been touched by 9/11. And for kids not to know about it is just hiding from them really the context to why things are the way they are today. And it's not a day that's just a day in history. It's a day that's still taking lives. And many people across this country don't realize that, Gene.
Sure. Now, you had mentioned some educators that you talk to say that it's too complicated. Mm-hmm. With your books, do you try to uncomplicate it? What is it that they think is complicated, and what is it that you try to help uncomplicate to make it easy for not just the kids, but also the educators to understand?
That's a great question, Gene, and that's exactly what I do. I uncomplicate it by breaking up all of the events into small segments so that we can discuss them in smaller packages so that kids can understand what's fundamental and what's important, right? So in the approach that I took, I also wanted to share the story through the eyes of the children. So the main characters in the book are grandchildren and their grandparents, and the grandchildren only learn about the events of 9/11 and how it impacted their family and so many people in this country because they were inquisitive, wanted to learn more, and because their grandparents responded to their questions in a very loving, heartful way. Their grandparents had experienced 9/11 firsthand. Their grandfather was a 9/11 first responder who helped to rescue the last man out alive from the rubble of the World Trade Center, and he did that with many, many people helping. But he was there, and he experienced that, and his own grandchildren hadn't been learning about it in school. So in breaking up the whole totality of 9/11 into small chunks for educators and for kids to better absorb it, and through telling the stories through the eyes of the children and through the questions that they ask and the loving words of grandparents, the kids are able to understand what happened that day, how many people we lost, and how many people were impacted across the country and around the world, and how we remember and honor the fallen today. And those are, I think, really special messages. They learn through these books. These books increase awareness to 9/11, and they increase awareness to everyday heroes, because the people we lost on 9/11, the people who ran into those buildings while people were running out, those people are everyday heroes, and they're all around us, but you really have to uncover their stories, because real heroes tend not to boast about their actions. You really have to ask the question to be able to get a response that would let you even see that they're a hero, because real heroes don't go around, and broadcast that.
Well, and it's kind of like people that fought in World War II that came back home. They did not tell the stories of what they encountered on the battlefield or before or between battles, and you had to pull it out of these folks. Fast forward to 9/11, and it's probably similar reaction to the people that survived and the people that were part of the rescue operations and everything that we've done moving forward since then.
It absolutely is, and it's interesting because I engage with people in a lot of different historical contexts, and it's the same. It's very difficult to talk about the worst day of your life, and a day that would impact your life for every day thereafter. That's the case in 9/11, and for people, in who fought in wars in this country, it wasn't just one day; it was many days. So for them, it's heralding back to a time that they would, I'm sure, prefer to not think about or talk about. It hurts to talk about it. I can say that definitively, and I know that speaking for myself, speaking for my father, my family, speaking for the people in the 9/11 community that I'm close to. It's not easy to do, and I never imagined in my life that I would be talking about the worst day of my life that would forever impact every other day in my life.
What's been the reaction from the education community? I know with your productions, Context Productions, you've put this series together. Have you developed a curriculum, and has there been good reception? Has there been people say, "No, we don't want to"? We don't want to bring that up. What has been the reaction to this, and how can people reach out to you if they're interested in bringing this into their schools or educational programs?
The reaction has been very positive, Gene, and I developed a curriculum unit to accompany each of the books. That's very simple for a teacher to pick up and be able to pick and choose, even has activities in the end. So in addition to being informative, there are activities at the end of each curriculum unit that the educators can leverage. I also, in writing the books, I was very cognizant about making sure that we were being informative, not too detailed, to share the emotion, but not be traumatic. So I was delicate in the approach, because it's really, the books are age appropriate. And they're age appropriate in large part because of the approach that I took, like I mentioned earlier, with the kids asking questions and the grandparents responding. So I've had good reaction from educators who are aware of this book and the books in the curriculum. And what we're focused on now is really increasing awareness across this country. Educators who are interested and nonprofits, they can email my organization for wholesale pricing, and they would email us at sales@contextproductions.com. Anybody in the trade that's interested, anybody in the book trade that is, they would contact my distributor, and that's IPG, and they could contact orders at ipgbook.com. And everyday consumers, whether there are grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, grandparents of children out there who are interested in just the books for their own family, they can buy them on consumer websites like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, fdnyshop.com, Overdrive, Audible. Many retailers carry the books, and we carry a variety of versions, from paperback to hardcover to read-aloud ebooks to audiobooks and ebooks themselves.
Sure. I know you've been very supportive of the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, and that's, of course, where your contact with Debbie came in because of the mobile exhibit that's coming to Artesia June 11th through the 14th. Have you been through that exhibit? Have you had a chance to experience that yourself? And what are your thoughts as you go through and you hear the communications and you see the exhibits and talk to the people that are the tour guides for that exhibit?
So, Gene, that is a wonderful question, and I will tell you, the wonderful people at the Tunnel to Towers Foundation are outstanding, and what they have created with the 9/11 Never Forget mobile exhibit is what I consider to be one of the best tools in this nation about educating people about 9/11, and they've educated over 500,000 people to date. The exhibit has traveled to nearly all 50 states and to Canada. It's an 83-foot tractor trailer. It transforms into an 1,100 square foot exhibit, and you will see everything from artifacts like steel beams in the towers to documentary videos, recordings of first responder radio transmissions. It's an interactive education, and what I think really makes it so unique and so special is that members of the FDNY who responded to the emergency on 9/11, first responders on 9/11, will talk to your community and walk them through their learning. Everybody who's inspired to attend. It is incredible. It is exactly about the everyday heroes I write about. And I think I shared with Debbie that I believe that every person who's inspired to come out and see the mobile exhibit when it is in Artesia is going to feel the unity America felt on 9/11 and thereafter. And I think that that's so needed in today's time.
Well, it definitely is. There's so much going on in the world that I think we have forgotten. There was the shock of the event itself, and then there was the coming together as a country that seems to have been forgotten over the last 10, 15, 20 years or so. Yeah, and that's really a shame. I have a feeling, I've told Debbie this, I have a feeling I'm going to go through the exhibit, and I'm going to get mad. Not at what these heroes did, but mad at what has happened in our country over the last 15, 20 years. That in many ways, I don't think we have learned our lesson from 9/11 in so many aspects. And that's like when I watch the movie Apollo 13, I get mad. How come we're not going back to the moon? When I see 9/11, how come we're still not doing the things we need to do to be unified and then showing the respect that we need to show for these heroes that are serving, especially in our communities across the country.
That's exactly right, Gene, and I think you absolutely will feel like that. You will walk through, you will go through, you will talk to those members of the FDNY, you will see those names on that wall, you will hear the video and see the video, hear the audio, and you will say, how on earth could America have gotten to where it is today?
Yeah, I will. Debbie?
Well, I also have talked to Christy, and I might have made a little mistake there, Christy. I don't know if I even put your full name out there. We're talking to Christy Kiernan Boreal, author and CEO of Context Productions. We've talked about the mission of Artesia 9/11 Memorial and how it aligns very well with Tunnels to Towers. We were formed on the premise of never forget. And we reach out to our first responders. We try to assist them financially in times of crisis. We try to help our veterans as well by providing some needed resources for them. One of our biggest fundraising events is our 9/11 Memorial Golf Tournament, and that'll be coming up, obviously, on 9/11. It'll take place on a Saturday this year. And we hope that with the exhibit coming to Artesia and bringing so much awareness about 9/11, that will impact in a positive way our golf tournament and bring out more people to participate. I'm hoping to maybe do something on a bigger scale with the 110-story climb that our first responders here get together and do all on their own without any audience, really, so to speak of. So that's definitely something I'm going to be looking into, but we do invite, actually, I wanted to extend the invitation. If you're not busy around that time, maybe you can come down and have a little talk with our kids.
I was going to say, Christy, this sure sounds like an invitation to come play golf.
I know you're busy on 9/11. I understand that, but just in case.
It's an honor and a privilege. What you are doing is amazing, and we need more people like you across this country bringing memories of 9/11 and remembrance and stories of unity to this country so that people can remember. We made a vow to never forget, but how can kids never forget if they're not taught about it, if they don't know anything about it? Exactly. And this is just so important from an educational perspective, also from a sense of community. I think there are a lot of kids today that would say, how could this possibly have happened? How did everybody come together like that? And I tell stories about everyday heroes in my 3 books, and they're, stories of more than 500,000 voters answered a call from the Coast Guard, if you have a boat and can help.
Mm-hmm.
More than 500,000 people were rescued from the island of Manhattan that day.
Yeah.
Just because voters in the area answered the call for help, just like first responders did. Just like every person did. So, it wasn't just first responders. It was people who opened up their shops to be able to, not sell food, but rather give out food, give out water. People who created materials to help bandage people, nurses and doctors who formed their own triage centers before we could get fully established on the ground. It's just anyone did what they could. And I think that's such an important message. And many kids ask me, well, how did these people know to do these amazing things to help? How did they know? And the truthful answer is we couldn't have scripted it better. Mm-mm. We really couldn't have. And you'll hear my father and so many other 9/11 first responders and others in the 9/11 community who lost their loved ones say that too. We couldn't have scripted it better. People just did what was instinctively right.
Wow.
And we came together in ways they didn't imagine.
Christy, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to the exhibit coming. We look forward to reading the books.
Absolutely.
And hopefully this will help encourage some of our educators and nonprofits in the area to reach out to your Context Productions and see if we can't help continue to get that message out of never forgetting 9/11.
That's my goal for sure.
And mine too, and we're in this together.
Yes, ma'am. Christy, thank you very much. And I want to thank you too for your personal stories you've shared with me. Like I said, I will continue to call you from time to time, and I'll listen to as many stories as you care to share. The more I know, the more hopefully I can help spread the word as well.
And I look forward to our many discussions to come and us being friends for a long time to come. We're on the same mission and in this together. Thanks so much.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We continue to have fallout from the recent severe thunderstorms. The city of Roswell continuing to deal with a large amount of water, flooding streets and other areas in South Roswell. The Roswell Chavez County Emergency Manager was part of an aerial review of the area west of the Roswell Air Center on Tuesday. The source of the water flowing into South Roswell is a breach in a flood control diversion structure. It's similar to a levee about 1 mile west of the city. The city is working with Chavez County and the Chavez County Flood Commission, as well as the state of New Mexico, in trying to stop or at least control the flow of that water. Several city streets remained closed to through traffic or all traffic as of Wednesday in the area impacted by the flooding. Motorists are discouraged from driving through flooded streets and are urged to seek alternate routes. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Stationary front and low pressure nearby, and we still have a little bit of moist air in eastern New Mexico, so we can't rule out a few showers or thunderstorms this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be fair, and our high temperature in the mid-80s. Overnight, partly cloudy with low to mid-60s, and then tomorrow looks about the same, mostly sunny in the morning, maybe an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, and mid to upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. A next-generation small nuclear plant will be built at a soon-to-be-retired coal-fired power plant in Wyoming. Bellevue, Washington-based TerraPower is led by Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, who's working with the electric utility Rocky Mountain Power. The effort to untangle Bernard Madoff's web of deceit lives on after his death. More than 12 years after Madoff confessed to running one of the biggest financial frauds in Wall Street history, lawyers have already secured $14.5 billion of the estimated $17.5 billion investors put into Madoff's sham investment business. On Wall Street, the Dow up 25 points to 34,600. The Nasdaq up 19 to 13,756, and the S&P 500 higher 6 points to 4,208. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Followers of Jesus learn in the Gospel of Matthew about true discipleship. It means emulating him and pursuing a genuine righteousness that exceeds that of Pharisees and teachers of the law. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus described his idea for true disciples. He expected them to be forgiving, honest, genuine, humble, and most of all, kind to everyone around them. True disciples will proclaim that Jesus is the Son of God, that only he's worthy of our praise and our worship. They'll live like he is their Lord and Savior and that they are repentant sinners saved by his grace. Jesus encouraged his disciples to persevere, knowing that difficult times would come. He gave them a blueprint of what a true disciple looks like. The question is, are we willing to follow that same blueprint?
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
As the school year comes to an end and COVID restrictions start to ease, don't lose sight of the lessons learned. Cover your cough, positive personal hygiene, respect one another, show and tell others you love them. Fiscal and social responsibility are great ways to show your love. This is Damon Graham, your local New York Life agent. I can help you show your love to others. Call me at 575-623-0803 so we can determine how you best can show your love. Expect to be blessed.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our cookie two-step ice cream is a creamy vanilla ice cream with hints of brown sugar, chunks of chocolate cream-filled cookies, and tasty chocolate chip cookie dough pieces. Cookie two-step has everybody's taste buds two-stepping, and 1 and 2.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walmart Supercenters.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The word gorilla is derived from a Greek word meaning a tribe of hairy women. Mike recommends that if you see a tribe of hairy women, you don't call them gorillas. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:52. If you missed any part of that interview, you can always go back ksvptv.com. If you go into the Good Morning Artesia channel, you can check it out there. Later on, it'll be up in our Mornings with Mike Winters channel. It'll be in the whole show part right now, but later on today, it'll be into the show. It'll be a little later than normal because we've got a busy day from the video side of things. And matter of fact, Tanner's already out at schools getting things set up and, graduation is kind of a big deal tonight. So they're busy with all of that. So they will get it up later on today. Don't forget tonight also is Invader Night. Roswell Chamber Night at the Roswell Invaders game tonight as the Roswell Invaders take on the Santa Fe Fuego. That's at 7 p.m. tonight out at Joe Bauman Stadium. You are encouraged to come out, but I also got free tickets. I got a 4-pack to give away right now. If you'd like to see the game tonight, I've got 4 tickets for you. 575-578-1198. Be my first caller there, and we'll set aside for you a 4-pack of tickets tonight to see the Roswell Invaders take on the Santa Fe Fuego. It is Chamber Night out at the Invaders game. Get there a little early for some free swag and beverages, things like that. It's going to be a fun night out at the ball game, and no talk of rain in the weather forecast today. So it should be a beautiful night out at the ballpark out at Joe Bauman Stadium. So be my first caller right now, 575-578-1198, and win a 4-pack of tickets to see the Invaders tonight take on Santa Fe. Should be a lot of fun. It'll be a great game. Get out, enjoy some baseball. It'll be good. They're back in town. The season's go. If you go to RoswellInvaders.com, you can go and see the whole schedule and everything else. Also, while we're talking Invader baseball here, they've got some dates for fans to check out here on. Where's my paper at? I've got it all buried here, and there's my paper. Right, yeah, that's what I was looking for. Read with the Invaders. They've got that. That's new. new event this year, and they've got 4 different dates where folks can bring a book and read it to a Roswell invader or have a invader read a book to them. After the reading, they'll enjoy a wiffle ball game and a hot dog lunch. Now, it's going to be 10 a.m. to noon. Admission is $20 per player, per reader there. And the first one will be Thursday, June 10th. Then again, Wednesday, June 16th. And then in July, Friday, July 9th. And then Thursday, July 22nd. Then Invaders Youth Baseball Camp. That'll be happening. There's 4 different dates for that. It'll be a 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. affair. This is for ages 6 through 17. Admission is $35, and each person will receive a camp T-shirt. They ask that players come dressed in their baseball uniform and bring their bat and glove. Dates, again, it'll be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday, June 14th. Monday, June 21st, Thursday, July 8th, and Monday, July 19th. Again, learn more at RoswellInvaders.com and get your swag there, get you tickets and see the schedule for the season and all that. But my first caller right now, 575-578-1198, get a 4-pack to see the Invaders take on Santa Fe tonight out at Joe Bauman Stadium. Hey, also don't forget, going on today out at Eastern New Mexico University Roswell, there in their PE Center, they've got a COVID-19 vaccination clinic happening from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. They are doing walk-ins and stuff. You're going to have to fill out some paperwork and things like that. But I'm guessing if you log in this morning, cvvaccine.nmhealth.org, they can get you set up, or call by phone, 1-855-600-3453, and click option 3. You can call that number too. But they're doing vaccines out there. If you go to the cvvaccine.nmhealth.org, no special event code needed or anything like that. They're also will be vaccinating, vaccinations available for adults and children ages 12 through 17. They've got the Johnson & Johnson one-shot vaccine. They're offering the Pfizer vaccine as well. The kids will get the Pfizer because that's the one the CDC approved. But that is today from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. Again, cvvaccine.nmhealth.org or call 1-855-600-3453. Click option 3. There you go.
Very good.
We get some Invader ticket.
We did. Congratulations to Larry Longo.
Good. Enjoy the game.
Absolutely.
Come out, 4-pack, and I got a couple more to give away, so be listening. I ain't got many left, but I got some, so get on the stick when next time I ask. I think I'm done this hour. It's 8:57, but I might hit you one more time next hour.
There you go.
Hit you, baby, one more time.
We're going to pack that stadium. Pack it out.
It's going to be a fun night. But unfortunately, because it's a busy night.
Yeah.
Because graduation's going on. You got all kinds of stuff. So I know people are busy. But for those that don't have kids graduating tonight, come out to a ball game. Have some fun. Then go to graduations.
Dude, we don't really have a lot of time to talk about it this hour, but you've been kind of dipping a toe into wrestling lately.
A little bit.
Some crazy stuff happened over the last 24 hours.
Oh, yeah?
WWE got rid of like a bunch of their major stars, like Braun Strowman, like some top tier talent. The theory is they're positioning themselves to sell.
Really?
Yeah, they're the theory goes that they're positioning themselves to potentially sell to NBC. So they're kind of shaving off things to make the package easier to sell, essentially.
Okay, so when you say sell, like Vince McMahon's selling WWE,
as in he would give up.
He'd be
ownership.
out.
Yeah, out as owner. I'm sure he'd still be in some capacity, but that's a huge thing because there hasn't been a McMahon in charge of WWF for like 70 years. The entirety of the existence of the company has been a McMahon in charge. So that's massive.
Yeah.
So kind of weird stuff happening in that whole realm right now.
I wonder, not to be speculative, but that's exactly what I'm doing.
That's what we
do you think he's got health issues or something?
He's up there. I mean, but the going theory was he was just going to move the company over to Triple H and Steph were going to take over.
Yeah, because I just don't. He doesn't seem.
Ooh, Hunter's got to be.
He doesn't seem like a guy that's just going to relinquish the reins easily. You know,
it
what I mean?
seem like he's not going to go gentle into that. Good
yeah.
He's like, I'll give up the ownership, but I'm still going to be, CFO and all that.
Yeah, calling shots and everything. So I don't know. We'll see. I smell some fishiness in this little sucker there. But all right, it is closing in on 9 o'clock. Next hour, we're going to play our interview with Andrew Moore from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, talking all about Invader Night tonight and other things happening at the Roswell Chamber as well. So that's coming up next hour. Stay tuned. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. We'll be back. Don't go away.
106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Senator Rand Paul saying, "I told you so." The Kentucky Republican reacting to Dr. Anthony Fauci's newly released emails made public under a Freedom of Information Act request. The emails show that Fauci was made aware that COVID-19 may have come from a lab in China. Paul says he can't wait to see the media try to spin the Fauci FOIA emails. Reports of some progress in infrastructure talks between President Biden and Republicans. They'll be meeting again tomorrow. Meanwhile, not all congressional Democrats are on board with the idea of a compromise.
Some Democrats see little to cheer about in striking a compromise with Republicans, whose $900 billion plus proposal falls well short of President Biden's $2.25 trillion plan. The Republicans do put some focus on the environment. When it comes to transportation, the Republicans would devote $4 billion for electric vehicle infrastructure. $98 billion would be devoted to public transportation, and $46 billion for passenger and freight rail. Bob Agnew reports.
The world's largest meat processor resuming most production following a weekend cyber attack. John Holtquist of Mandiant Threat Intelligence, not surprised that the firm JBS was targeted.
We've observed evidence of ransomware attacks at over 80 food and beverage companies that led to disruptions from ransomware over the last few years. This problem is escalating and getting increasingly out of hand.
The FBI blaming the attack on a Russian ransomware gang. The number of Americans signing up for jobless benefits continues to decline, dropping 20,000 last week and hitting a pandemic low, 385,000. Wall Street, the Dow down 17 points. The NASDAQ is off 91 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I have a traumatizing childhood memory of an Easter egg hunt. The big hunt was a big deal in our family, and I have this memory of running and excitedly reaching for eggs, only to have my big brother and sister sweep in and steal them at the last second. It's Ryan, and unfortunately, this is a traumatizing reality our Faith and Family Mortgage team is seeing from families across the country. Families are finding their dream home, only to have it pulled away by another hunter at the last second. At United Faith Mortgage, we unfortunately cannot scare off the other hunters, but we can very quickly get you pre-approved and make it look as good as possible to sellers. And then, once you do grab that Easter egg,
see our story and read how our direct lender advantage can often save your family monthly and lifelong money at UnitedFaithMortgage.com.
we are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1335. REC NMLS number 65233. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
The president of the Tokyo Olympics Organizing Committee ruling out a cancellation or another postponement of the Games despite a COVID surge in Japan. The BBC's Rupert Wingfield-Hayes in Tokyo.
I think it's very clear from what Seiko Hashimoto said in that interview that both the Olympic Committee and the Japanese government are now fully committed to going ahead despite the COVID pandemic. However, I would say her assertion that the Japanese public will come to understand and support the Olympics once they understand the measures that are being taken is less sure. Public opinion here remains very sceptical, and the reason for that is that Japan has in the last few weeks been through a very, very tough fourth wave of the COVID pandemic.
And COVID cases still surging in Japan. Hospitals remain under stress as the country marks 50 days before the scheduled start of the Games in Tokyo. News and analysis at townhall.com. Churchill Downs has suspended veteran trainer Bob Baffert for 2 years after a second test confirmed the presence of a banned steroid in Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit's system.
Baffert is barred from entering any horses in the Kentucky Derby or other races at Churchill Downs through the spring of 2023. Additionally, Churchill Downs says it reserves the right to extend Baffert's suspension if he runs afoul of rules in other states. Baffert has had 5 violations in the past 13 months. The Kentucky Horse Racing Commission's investigation is ongoing, and Medina Spirit's Kentucky Derby win could still be stripped. If that happens, runner-up Mandaloun would be elevated as the winner of the May 1st Kentucky Derby. I'm Mike Gracia.
Republican George P. Bush says he's running next year for Texas Attorney General. 45-year-old son of former Florida Governor Jeb Bush made the announcement yesterday in Austin. On Wall Street, the Dow now up 13 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes, indeed.
Hope all of you are doing well, doing good, and doing okay.
A little sore on one side, but otherwise I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
All right. A little tired.
Yeah.
But all right.
It's been a weird few days. I mean, just with the weather being the way it has been, with, I asked for for the sun to stay down for a little while longer, and all I got was cloud cover that kept it dark all day. It's not what I meant. I need to be more specific with my requests.
It's like the genies with the wishes, right? Be careful what you ask for, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
still to this day, Bedazzled. Is it Bedazzled? No.
Yeah, the one with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley.
Still one of my favorite, most quotable movies of all time.
Yeah, watch that movie, the Genie Wish thing. Yeah, that's a funny movie.
It's a great movie, if for no other reason than because it completely, explains how broad of a range Brendan Fraser has as an actor. I mean, he can do silly, he can do slapstick, he can be completely serious.
Is he like retired, or is he just like shunned?
I watched a thing recently. It was basically like he's having a hard time finding work, finding good roles, because he was like...
Is it the Mummy movies?
I think a lot of it has to do with, he was, star kind of fell. And now it just, after,
I'm not a fan of the Mummy movies. I've never been a fan of it. Even didn't Tom Cruise do a version of the Mummy movies? I didn't like that one either.
Yeah, he did.
Because I didn't see it.
The most recent thing that I think he did, at least that was well known, was a movie called Furry Vengeance a few years ago.
Okay.
He was in that.
Was that a kid's movie?
It's a kid's movie.
See, he's done a lot of kids movies, the Doolittles and all those.
Curious to know.
Or it's not, surely people aren't just thinking he's Encino Man still, right? I mean, like you said, he's done so many things since then.
Yeah, he has a range. He's not somebody you would necessarily typecast.
I don't feel him as a leading man, though.
Right.
I don't like
I had the same thing. I was wondering the same thing about Josh Hartnett the other day. It's like,
yeah, he dropped off the face.
He just went to completely out of nowhere. Let's see. Pulling up his literally the first article. Whatever happened to Brendan Fraser? That was from 2018. So we'll pull up his IMDb page.
See, they've been wondering for years, and I'm like, what happened to that guy?
He still looks like he's in, working shape. Let's see. The most recent thing he was in.
Now I kind of want to see that Bedazzled movie again.
Holy moly.
Huh.
Okay, so he's actually in something that's coming out this year called No Sudden Move. It looks like he's actually playing it looks like a grown-up movie.
Okay.
The last thing he was in before that was a TV movie called Big Bug Man from 2006.
Oh, wow. That was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think part of it, too, is he went and raised his family, I think he got, he was doing the kid stuff for his kids, and I think he kind of stepped out of limelight to be with his kids more than anything. But maybe I'm wrong.
So
maybe
IMDb is weird. It listed something from way back in 2006, but then now it's saying 2019, 2020. He was in Line of Descent, The Poison Rose. Nothing I'm familiar with. Titans, I guess, was a TV series. Condor, Trust, Nightcap, The Affair, Texas Rising, The Nut Job. That's he was a voice on the movie The Nut Job.
Okay.
That's really the last thing I can see of any notoriety.
I think he doesn't seem like an action heartthrob.
And then
type to
Furry
me.
Vengeance.
I think he's a better comedian.
You can almost see on this IMDb page where his career turned.
Yeah.
He was in a movie called Extraordinary Measures in 2010 with Harrison Ford, and the next thing up is Furry Vengeance.
Wow.
It's like, well, I guess I know where your career dropped off.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. I never heard of that movie with Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I hadn't either. It's got Brendan Fraser in it.
Brendan Fraser. Which, again, Harrison Ford is a leading man. I mean, other than Indiana Jones and Han Solo, I'm not into it,
Yeah, before that, it was Adventure to the Center of the Earth, The Mummy, Journey to the Center of the Earth. I mean...
all bombs.
Yeah, just all terrible movies. I don't know about that. The Mummy was big.
Yeah, Mummy was big. The Center of Earth was a bomb. And I think the first Mummy or second Mummy, and then they got dumb.
No, the first two were great.
Yeah.
Scorpion King is what destroyed that franchise.
Oh, is that what it was?
Horrible CGI, The Rock.
The Rock came in
back
again.
When we didn't know how to do CGI.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think it's not an entertaining genre of film. That's just me. Amy McVeigh-Teas, she's going to actually join us. We were going to play our chamber interview, but Amy is now free. She was busy doing some stuff. She's going to come in and A, give us an update on what's happening at the Historical Society, but B, I want to invite you out on the 14th for the dedication, ribbon cutting and all that of the of our memorial flagpole and the brick display and everything. It's been done here for some months now, but they're having the grand opening ribbon cut and everything. Want to invite folks out on the 14th, which I believe is Flag Day, if I remember right. So she'll join us here in just a few, talk all about that and other things going on, and give us an update on the scholarship. I know I've been following through emails, all the scholarship winners, thanks to the Hayes Trust and all of that. They're kicking butt and doing well right now and giving us updates on all the stuff they're doing and great things they're doing. So I imagine Amy will talk a little bit about that too. So all that coming up this hour here in just a few minutes. And also Amy's here now. I was going to do something else, but can't do that right now. So, all right, it is 12 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Stationary front and low pressure nearby, and we still have a little bit of moist air in eastern New Mexico, so we can't rule out a few showers or thunderstorms this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be fair, and our high temperature in the mid-80s. Overnight, partly cloudy with low to mid-60s, and then tomorrow looks about the same, mostly sunny in the morning, maybe an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, and mid to upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 68 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 65%. Winds currently out of the west at 6 miles per hour. Today, pretty nice. Sunny skies, a high of 85 today. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 60. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Good night for some baseball. For your Friday, we do have a 20% chance at some rain showers tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise sunny with a high of 88 tomorrow. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 62. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for your weekend, not much mention of rain, but a little warmer temperatures. Sunny on Saturday, a high of 93. South winds 5 to 10 in the morning, picking up 10 to 15 for the afternoon. Partly cloudy Saturday night with an overnight low of 64. Sunday, we are looking at a 20% chance at some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Mostly sunny, highs right around 94. And then next week, scorching We're starting to get to our New Mexico summer temperatures. 96 and sunny on Monday, 99 and sunny on Tuesday, 98 and sunny on Wednesday. So, yeah, we're going to be tickling that century mark, probably crossing it at some point next week, I'm thinking. All right, it is 14 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then Amy McVeigh-Tejas will join us on the other side. We'll talk about our flag pole and brick dedication ceremony on the 14th and all the other stuff going on at the Historical Society as well. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Customizable office equipment is one stop away at PTS Office Systems. Of course, you and the business next door do different things, so you need different office equipment. PTS Office Systems has fully customizable office equipment in stock, waiting to be delivered to your business. Get fully customized office equipment to meet your office's specific needs. The day and age of one-size-fits-all office equipment is gone. Shop around at PTS Office Systems today at 217 North Main in downtown Roswell.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh no, baby.
All AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh no, baby.
Haha, now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning. Fergalicious. From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit? Fergalicious. Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love. Fergalicious.
Followers of Jesus learn in the Gospel of Matthew about true discipleship. It means emulating him and pursuing a genuine righteousness that exceeds that of Pharisees and teachers of the law. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus described his idea for true disciples. He expected them to be forgiving, honest, genuine, humble, and most of all, kind to everyone around them. True disciples will proclaim that Jesus is the Son of God, that only he's worthy of our praise and our worship. They'll live like he is their Lord and Savior and that they are repentant sinners saved by his grace. Jesus encouraged his disciples to persevere, knowing that difficult times would come. He gave them a blueprint of what a true disciple looks like. The question is, are we willing to follow that same blueprint?
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than just serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable. Serving part-time lets you attend school full-time while you take advantage of education benefits that can help you graduate debt-free. If a civilian career is your goal, serving part-time allows you to work at a full-time job. The skills, qualities, and contacts you'll develop in the Guard can open doors to a great civilian career. Want to serve but worried about being away from friends and family? Part-time service in the Army National Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want while you enjoy the many benefits of serving your community and nation. You owe it to yourself to learn more about how the Army National Guard can fit into your life. Visit NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. It's considered good luck in Japan when a sumo wrestler makes your baby cry. But who gets the good luck, the sumo wrestler or the baby? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Yeah, that's how radio works. It's just flying by the seat of your pants, running around like, there's a chicken on fire in the corner. No need. We're talking.
I love it. This is my kind of place.
It's we do this a lot around here. Good morning. It is 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, Amy McVeigh-Tejas is joining us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Good. I know it's been kind of crazy busy.
It has been
in a good way.
Busy. In a great way.
Lots going on. I mean, it's just a busy time of year with kids graduating and really the Historical Society is probably our busiest thing other than fixing things is the scholarship season. That's been really our big time.
And we generally have, our fourth graders here, even though we don't have fourth graders. That's okay. We're going to work on that in summer. Shout out to every single Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico scholarship recipient.
Yeah.
Denzel Gonzalez and her amazing talent was over there taking pictures. Shout out to Troy Hayes. You know, Mike, something I was kind of looking at the evolution of scholarship. So in 2015 was first scholarship. Singular scholarship. We did that. 2018. So we gave a single. Next year, single. Doubled it. That next year, we gave 2. And then when Troy Hayes came on board, we've increased every year.
Yeah.
So shout out to Troy Hayes. That's the legacy of, wow, that's amazing.
Thousands of dollars each year go
Troy
out to these
Hayes
kids. It's great.
has been wonderful to us over the years, always helping take care of the books and everything at the Historical Society. And then in loving memory of Linda, I just think it's amazing, how it just all works, falls together. So huge shout out to Troy Hayes. I know with graduations come up, we want to celebrate all these young kids, all they've gone through. Talk about perseverance. But shout out to all of our scholarship recipients. And congratulations to all these seniors graduating. We salute you. We wish you the best. And don't ever forget where you graduated from.
That's
as
right.
You are a part of our history. Right?
Absolutely.
So that's amazing. So shout out to them. But yes, there is a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. And I would like to remind individuals, the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico Museum and Archives is open, ladies and gentlemen, by appointment. And I call this a golden opportunity because somebody said, well, you're really not open. No,
we're
I'm
open.
not going to argue with it. I'm going to say we are open. And now more than ever, you're getting customized wonderful tours. You're going to have that one-on-one experience, which I think is very special. And you're getting a little something for your donation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can't tell you. You're going to have to come find that out. But it is pretty cool because somebody said, wow, I never dreamed I'd be getting this. Well, come find out then.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. I would love to see families kind of make appointments here to book to if you got family come to town during the holidays and during the summer.
Graduation and different things. Give us a call.
Absolutely.
Give us a call, Miss Jane and Fred Boggs, and so many of our wonderful volunteers are more than happy to give customized tours, even if it's a special circumstance and you kind of need to go early in the morning or almost, a little bit maybe later than we normally would.
We got morning people, we got the evening people, we got people.
There is a lot going on, but this is this is worth stopping for. This is worth stopping for and taking that time.
Absolutely. It's if you've never been into the JP White House, the museum, shame on you. You need to go in there. It's an amazing
You're missing out.
Piece of history and just a neat building to see, and it gives you a real glimpse of life at the turn of the century, when in the early 1900s when how these families lived and had their lives in Roswell, New Mexico, and it's a real glimpse on how life was back during that time, and even but everything from the artifacts inside the building to the building itself and how things were built, how things were laid out. You look at that and you're like, wow, why is this parlor so open and things? We think about this house was built not with air conditioning and things in mind, so a lot of it's to open and to create flow through and to cool, but all that's by design. Where more modern homes and things don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
We can't take things for granted. I know I always talk about a lot of things, from our gas and electric original light fixtures to even Senator Purtle having to measure our pocket doors because he couldn't imagine them being so wide, to individuals coming and looking at our wood that are so unique. We are unique, and it's like everything in life with everything going on. Let's not take things for granted.
Sure.
That is a beautiful house. It's a beautiful structure. And if you said, "Oh, I've been in there numerous times," I'm going to tell you what. If you haven't been in here in the last couple of years,
it's been updated,
changed things. The renovation committee's done great things.
Exhibits are different.
We've changed some exhibits. We've got new books. That hot new Donna Blake Birchall book about mission churches. I'm telling you what, that's flying out. People are wanting to get it. They're calling. We've been so
Yeah.
So we've got some fun new books and just a lot of fun things. Thinking about graduation, how cool would that be to get an autographed John LeMay book or other book, just celebrating the history as these kids go and take that stuff with you. So we do have a lot going on, but we never have so much going on that we can't take time to give tours, or John LeMay and the Archives Committee would be happy to do research and different things.
Yeah, if you want to go into research.
Yes, 622-8333 is the museum number. If you need to make an appointment to come to the office, to get a tour, or to do research, call 622-8333.
Absolutely. Yeah,
or
that'll
email me at historydirector@outlook.com.
Yeah.
Or go to RoswellNMHistory.com.
Yeah, all those will get to, or come by and visit. Say,
Or
hey,
just
I
ring the
want to
doorbell.
set a time here. How do I do it? And maybe it's right then, depending on when it's going on. But also, when you talk about the archive facility, we say research too. Also, I will throw in another word, and it's okay. Decor. And what I mean by that is maybe you want to decorate your office or your home with historical pictures or things like that. Any picture in the archive that is property of the archive, for a donation, we can make a copy of for you and things like that you can turn into a print or something for your own home or business or something like that. Like you ever go like into restaurants sometimes and you see old flood photos or old photos of Roswell. You're like, where did that come from? I'll tell you where it came from. The Historical
And
Society.
so many people, or you'll hear this, that can't be Roswell.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And while you're talking about that, Mike, thank you for mentioning that. We work good together because one thing you say reminds me of something else and then reminds me of something else. Yes, the archive facility is for rental. So we've had some calls lately.
Yeah.
And I know people have been challenged with civic organizations and different things of where they can meet and doing different things. We have the archives facility set up right now for some meetings, whether it's 20, 30 or more, or even 50 to 75, depending on what you're needing, whether it's theater style, whether it's tables and chairs. Please call us. We would love to help you with a meeting
It's got a great
or a
kitchen.
come and go gathering. It's almost like a brand new kitchen. We clean, we set up. We've already got the tables and chairs. Honestly, with all my events, we're a golden opportunity because a lot of that is the setting up part and the cleaning. You don't have to worry about that.
That's right. You put a bed and a shower in there, you could live in there. That's the only thing you miss is a bed and a shower.
I probably should do that. And make my life. That's
She's
true.
like, what are you talking about? I have.
Miss a shower. Come on, the kitchen shower. But seriously, call the museum at 622-833 if you need more information on different meetings. We've got some meetings set up and different things. We would love to host different civic organizations and stuff, and our rates are very reasonable.
Absolutely.
And we'd love to work with you.
Absolutely. I know if you want references, I know the Chamber uses this all the time for Leadership Roswell stuff. We'd love to talk to them, but businesses all the time, weddings, receptions. I'm telling you, if you need a place for some good photography for wedding photos and things, the grounds of the Historical Society with the plants, the trees, the grass.
That's right.
The beautiful home.
That's right.
All of it make a great setting for wedding, wedding photos and things like that.
That's for sure. And if you need a photographer, call Danielle Gonzalez.
Yeah, we got one on the board.
Museum. She's doing a great. God bless her. I mean, she's always there. But no, seriously, it is a great area to get photos and celebrate history and have the photos and stuff. So doing that. But we've got a big event coming up.
And this one's been a long time coming. Years in the making.
It has.
This started. What, 4 years ago?
Years ago, yes.
I mean, and all back, and it's altered and changed in time because originally we had the bricks and we're going to make a nice walkway and everything. But once they started doing, they're saying, you know what, the landscape, if we do this, these bricks aren't going to last. They're just going to be falling apart, destroying.
Well, and in the meantime, we've had a lot of ground issues, if you will.
Exactly. And so we said, well, we don't want to do that. We want to keep these around.
Be good stewards.
So we have the bricks on display, but now it's a nice, beautiful, patriotic area. We've got the beautiful bricks that everyone took the time to purchase and inscribe their loved ones and people they want to honor. They're on full display prominently right there in between the archive and the house there with a beautiful American flag pole. It's been up for a couple months now. 2 months maybe.
Couple months.
But we're going to officially dedicate it and officially show it off to the world here in just a few, actually about 2 weeks here on the 14th.
Mike, I can't believe it.
I can't be there, though. I'll be going to the Grand Canyon that day.
Well, that's... well, you're going to be celebrating in a new neat way. No, but I'm really excited. And, I was thinking about it, and not to be so cliche-ish, with kids and graduating and COVID and everything else. You never can... We don't know the future and what roads we have to take to get to where we are meant to be.
Sure.
But I'm going to tell you one thing. I feel confident. I know Jason Garcia, he just left the building, and Jane and I, we were talking about it. And Troy Hayes, we're all sitting right there. As a matter of fact, Danielle just took a picture of us right there on that brick. and I can't remember who said it. We got it right. And, sometimes it takes us a little bit longer. I say we, in society, in life. You know, I don't know about you, but, our lives take turns and twists. So we got it right.
Yeah.
So come out and let's celebrate it. we're going to have a good time.
Absolutely. You know, and I don't know if this is just my human as I age and things, but I'm starting to value that philosophy a lot more in my life now, where, you know, when you're younger, your speed is more the priority, and you're like, I'd rather, you know, I need it now, need it now, need it now. And now as I get older, I'm like, you know what? I'd rather get it right than get it quick.
Man, my father was a huge advocate for that.
Yeah.
You know, you come early, you get it right, but we rush through things. And if somebody thinks we could have successfully done that and rushed through and get it done in 6 months and hurry and get it done, well, first of all, individuals had to buy the bricks, and that took a little bit.
Sure.
But secondly, sometimes in life, to do things right, it takes a little bit longer.
There was curveballs.
And when you're working with a building that's over 100 years old,
nothing goes according to plan.
Well, I don't know. If somebody has a 100-year-old building and they're going to tell me everything is always going to plan, I think that's part of history. You better call and get on the radio with Mike, because that's got its own story.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've got some kind of weird alien technology helping you out. But
and hey, I believe in miracles, but I think that'd be one. But yes, I don't know about you, Mike, but you can have a toast from the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I want everybody. I hope, Gary, you're listening in California. I haven't heard from you in a while. Gary, call me in California. But if y'all are listening, I want everybody, I don't care where you are, celebrating the unveiling of this brick ceremony.
Yeah,
huge shout out. I know the Redcoats will be there, and the Roswell Chamber is always so amazing and
have
supportive.
Some light refreshments and all
We're going to
that,
have some refreshments. We've got some great flags as a token of our appreciation. I certainly believe the amazing Josiah Strange will be giving tours. That's amazing in itself. And we would just want to have a great time. So come out on June the 14th at 5:30, and that's Flag Day.
Yeah.
And I think, what a perfect, I can't remember, Mike, when we were talking about this, I don't know whose idea it was, but huge shout out to whoever had the idea.
Yeah, we were in the board meeting talking about it.
What a golden opportunity on Flag Day to celebrate this and have the unveiling. So mark your calendars at 5:30. Don't give us that, I forgot and went straight home. Mark your calendar. If you're going to be at work, stop by. It can be a great, wonderful celebration of us just all coming together to celebrate.
And shoot, while you're there, check out the grounds, walk around, see the beautiful facility. If you want to talk about getting appointments to see it, or if you, of course, want to book the archive facility or even purchase books or any of that stuff, you'll have opportunities to learn more and do all that at the event as well, too. But we want you to come out and celebrate with us. Come in and enjoy this new part of the Historical Society and part of our community. And hopefully, when you come out on the 14th, that's not the last time you check it out.
That's
We'd love
true.
to have you come out a bunch of times.
Become a member. If there's minimal, it's $30. Father's Day is coming up. And by the way, I'm glad we're on here before Father's Day. Well, it's great time for Father's Day to get books. And we've got so many local authors that would love to autograph and customize books. That's a great gift. So during
a lot
Father's
of dads
Day,
love those kind of things.
Yes, and herd prints. We've got a huge buzz on for some herd prints and different things. And that's some great gifts. We'd love to do that.
Or maybe a membership.
Say,
hey, Dad, I got your membership, and now you you want to visit, do things, and help out.
Or even graduate. I mean, those are great gifts. So we need the support. Yes, we do need the support through, like you said, through memberships, purchasing herd prints. We will, and books, customize that. We do ship. I've just shipped yesterday. I'm going to ship some more today. So we're always happy to get those shipped out. That's no problem at all.
Absolutely, and I know people are like, wow, you guys, it does take a lot to run that. I mean. And really, a lot of our expenses are expenses that don't translate into a cool, shiny thing to show you, because a lot of it translates into upkeep of those buildings. I mean, when you have a turn of the century, 100-plus-year-old house here, it takes and here's the thing, it's a historical landmark, so you just can't roll down to the Home Depot or the Ace Hardware and pick up something and do it. There's a whole protocol and a rigmarole.
100%. We can't just do it.
Yeah, so that building is a pretty, let's just say it's an awesome, amazing treasure we have.
It is.
But she's a finicky little thing that we have to do.
She is. You're right. I couldn't have said it better myself. You're right. And keyword, talking about roofs. Yes, we have issues. Keyword, we've got a lot of issues, but they're all so significant, and we have to do those things, and we have to maintain and preserve and take care of. Yes, we need the support of our local individuals.
Absolutely.
And everything we've said, or if you're calling saying, what in the world is going on around there? How can we help? Your time, a donation, if you work for an organization, or even an individual that thinks, wow, what else do you have going on? We could show you, huh, Mike?
Oh,
we
yeah.
could give you a tour and seriously help to realize we need the support of the community.
Show you the foundation, show you the roofs, show you all that stuff. Absolutely.
And all of that is very, very significant that we will get taken care of.
And by the way, we got 2 of those buildings, obviously the archive facility as well. That obviously that's a city that they lease to us and everything, but we are partners in maintaining it and everything else. And so when there's maintenance expenses, which just so happens has a few right now we're working on, we do our part on that too. It's not just the city footing the bill for all that.
And we take every donation very importantly. I know we've talked about this. It is so warm around there, but it's not so warm that I need to not preserve the electricity and save money too.
Yes,
so we're and so we do. If you are economical, if you're thrifty, if you will. Yes, we try to invest every bit of little money we can to make additional money.
Yeah.
We try to save money.
Yeah.
We try to be wise stewards of money. And I just want to say we need your support.
Absolutely.
And along with us comes many other organizations that are working hard to continue doing what we're doing. And I want them to know we're praying for you, and we're all in this together.
Absolutely, and let's talk too. I mean, we I know we as a board have always said, hey, if there's other nonprofits that want to partner and do things with us, we would love to, because at the end of the day, we all have the same goals. We're all trying to make our community a better place, and we can do that through our various portals to do that. We all have the same end game. The other thing, speaking of getting involved, if you're thinking, well, I love all this, but hey, I'm trying to rub 2 nickels together myself.
That's right.
I understand
as many of us are.
Yeah,
that is right.
Absolutely.
That is right.
We're always looking for volunteers.
Yes,
if you love that kind of stuff, I mean, you can be a docent,
right?
Because we are going to open to the public again.
Yes,
it will happen.
Yes.
And but in the meantime, you can kind of do, while we're doing our private tours, and do some personalized training and all that as part of it too. If you love organizing and archiving and cataloging, John can definitely use him and his staff are really doing an amazing job.
Great group
but more hands make less work. So if you love that kind of stuff, you love organizing, you want to get opportunities to kind of peel back the curtain and see some of the cool side of the archives that a lot of the public really just doesn't see very often.
That's true.
There's volunteer opportunities there.
All kinds of outside. And I hope Donna Blair, if you're listening, she's an amazing volunteer at the Historical Society. She hadn't been able to come in. Well, guess what? I take things to her. I just delivered a box of her little project at home. So she was watching Hallmark or the History Channel, and you can help the Historical Society right from the covers of your home.
Absolutely.
So yes, we do that too. So no matter what your circumstance is, and if you're going to the grocery store, going to Sam's, please, if you're listening, Jason Garcia, our board president, just the other day brought in a big old case of water. He said, I've been carrying it around, been meaning to bring it. And pick up something extra and help us, whether it's paper towels, whether it's water, whether it's just copy paper, those kinds of things.
Any of those
we
kind of
need
donations.
those things. That's a huge blessing. And Mike, you said it most importantly. We're running 2 facilities on a nonprofit budget.
And
if you go to Sam's, pick something up.
Absolutely. And I'll even go one further than that, because, again, when we talk about partnering with different organizations, we did a lot of partnering here a couple months ago with Community Kitchen stuff and collecting food. You know what? If you keep bringing cans of food by us, we'll make sure they get over there. We'll make sure that happens. So if you bring
I'm
food,
glad you brought that up, because somebody called and said, I think I'm just going to make the donation and they could spend it themselves. And I thought, you're right.
Beautiful.
Because, sometimes it's unique circumstances and what we think they need, they don't need.
Yeah.
And kind of that cliche. So yes, support your local organizations. We're all in this together, and do it with character. Can't leave out character.
Absolutely.
And shout out to Miss Jane. We're proud of you, and congratulations on your award.
Oh,
Miss Jane.
yeah. We had, and
High
yourself
five.
too,
Good job.
Amy. We had the Historical Society was honored by Leadership Roswell Alumni Association, both Amy and Jane. We'll learn more about those awards later in the year, but both of them, congratulations, is yourself too.
Let's celebrate character. What great way. Let's celebrate
you and Jane both, and I know when we were in the meetings and when we were picking them, and because I'm on that board too, and so we were talking, and we all were kind of like, well, people on this list, and multiple people for both of you were like, yeah, those 2 are just everywhere and doing everything, and so I tried to talk you down, but they were. I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to speak for Miss Jane, and I know she wouldn't correct me on this. Her and I would agree. It is never about us. But if we can work together to impact somebody's life, celebrate history or help somebody, boom, that's what it's all
Well,
about.
that's exactly why both of you were nominated and received the awards, because it's not about you. And that's where, I've always been a person, like, I don't care what your motivation is. If you're doing good work, you're doing good work. But, some people do it for the glory and not the need of help.
Mike, I heard the funniest thing the other day. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I have to tell you. Somebody, I'm not kidding, I was in the grocery store the other day, and they said, "Is that Amy Davis over there?" And, I answered to that too. And they said, "You must really like to hear yourself on the radio because you're on there all the time." And everybody looked around, and I said, "No, but it's quite the contrary.
Yeah.
I can't stand to listen to myself on the radio." But when you're involved with things that are so important, it's not about the voice, and it's never about listening to myself.
Yeah, I hate my sound of my voice, too.
Oh,
and
my
here's what I do for a living.
Mike.
But
do you not agree? It is not about our voices, but it's about our voice and what we're saying and how we can work together for the good. So let's make that clear. And
Absolutely.
I know you and I agree with that because we work on numerous boards together.
Yeah.
It's not about our voices.
If I was doing this for that, I mean,
Oh my goodness. I just could crawl in a hole when I
Well, and I'll tell you this. My philosophy is, if you're those types of people that are complaining about everything online and doing all this stuff, I ask you, well, what are you doing about it to fix it? What are you doing about it? Other than sitting here annoying your friends and everybody on Facebook. Get off your tail, go out and pick up something you're passionate about and get involved with it.
But I am also going to say, on the flip side of that, when I got in the car and I was driving after that, Mike, I realized one thing. If it wasn't for somebody like 106.5, Mike, I would never be on the radio. As
Me
well
either.
as I
They wouldn't
do.
have hired me.
That's true. But we have no advertising budget. I'm just being very open about things.
Yeah.
And without your community networking to help make these things possible, I don't know what we would do without you. You're assisting so many different entities to get the words out, to help open doors of opportunity for us. We may not be celebrating scholarships or doing all these things without you. The fact of the matter is, we don't have this advertising budget. Well, let's see, keep the lights on, but thank you for doing what you're doing. And huge shout out to all the people that sponsor and help to make this possible.
Absolutely.
I can never thank you enough. And don't take those things for granted.
Absolutely.
When I think about that, I'm thinking,
it's
all
easy
the
to do that.
things
Yeah.
And all these wonderful companies that are advertising, that are allowing opportunities for nonprofits like us. And thank you to every single person that made that possible.
Well, it's easy to get in the slippery slope when you got people that just do good all the time.
Yes.
And you they're always there, and you come to expect it, and it's easy to get used to that and take it for granted.
And don't take that for
and you're
granted.
right, we all need to do that.
Yes.
But thank you. We just do our thing, and we
smell
do
the roses, smell the coffee, give a smile.
I got a
help
boss
somebody.
that gives me some leeway on things, so it helps out there.
Hey,
But,
and shout out to Gene down there. Hi,
absolutely.
Gene. How's it going?
Oh, he's probably he's talking his ear off right now too. He's on the air talking.
But please mark your calendars for June the 14th.
About 2 weeks away here.
Yes, and then we've got a book fair coming up in September. We'll talk more about that.
Yeah.
And we've got some fun things coming. If you have a fourth grader and you're listening, and your fourth grader didn't get to come to a school tour, and they haven't gotten backpacks with everything going on, it's been so hard. And shout out to the Roswell Independent School District. Shout out to everybody for doing what you're doing. But we will get some things going. Give us a call. Get a private tour with your think about it this way. Normally we'd have 1,000 fourth graders. What if these fourth graders' parents call and say, let's do a tour, do that together? Well, that's a golden opportunity to have the whole family come in, celebrate history together. They could get their backpack at that time. So if you're listening and you have a fourth grader, give us a call and say, I've got a fourth grader.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing. We would love to start giving some customized tours. And you know what? But it might be even better than what they imagined. Celebrate history together as a family.
I guarantee, because it's more personalized.
It would be.
Every tour is awesome. I'm not trying, but when it's just you and your little group, you get to go and ask questions that you kind of and do things that's kind of what you're curious about. Whereas in a big group setting,
For
it's
sure.
what the whole group's
and
interested
it's
in.
rushed and we don't have much time. You can have that time to ask questions and do that as a family. So I'm going to challenge people to give us a call.
And I'm telling you, there's a lot. I mean, the general tour and everything's great, but there's so many just things in that house that you're like, what? Like
what?
Like Like I'm that people person watcher type, and so I get into the kitchen or the bathroom. I want to open cabinets. I want to see the products on there, and they got products in there from the turn of the century.
We do.
I love all of that.
Yes,
that to me, that's real history. That's
right.
That's the history that you can't.
That's the good.
It's not going to be in a textbook because no one's doing a book on how people shaved in 1900. You know what I mean? But I open the cabinet, I'm like, look at that razor, or look at that brush. You look at that, and I'm like, that's. To me, that's cool. And I think you get to do more of that with a personalized tour where some of that gets lost in the group tour.
That's for sure.
If that makes sense. So please schedule a tour, come by, visit, ask questions. Come out June 14th.
June 14th, 5:30.
5:30 p.m.
So stay a little bit late at work or come on over or whatever, and there will be refreshments.
I'm going to do a double plug if you don't mind real quick here. Monday is Flag Day.
Yes.
I'm also involved with American Legion.
Yes.
On the 12th. The Saturday, American Legion at the American Legion Post 28. They're on Montana, their facility there. We're going to be doing a Flag Day flag burning ceremony event. Yes. We have a backlog of flags from all over the state. There's well over 100 plus 200. I think there's a bunch of flags that need to be retired. Okay. So we're doing it all day. We're going to have the official ceremony. I think they're going to be cooking out and stuff throughout the day. But if folks would like to come be a part and see what that's all about, get out there about 8:30, 9 o'clock on that Saturday, the 12th.
Okay.
And if you've never seen a flag retirement ceremony, it's very they burn stripe by stripe. The stars are cut up, and usually they give those as mementos to people. Like if you but the stripes get.
I've never attended a ceremony.
There is a protocol on how to retire a flag, and we've got a lot to retire. So we picked the Flag Day weekend as our day to do that.
That's great.
So Monday, go out to the Flag Day Memorial dedication, the ribbon cutting, the dedication, and then that Saturday, if you'd like to bring your family out, bring the kids, education is great, another great opportunity.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Of course, if you have any questions about anything with the Historical Society, including the volunteers, docents, shopping, any of that stuff, booking tours,
memberships,
ordering booking the archive facility, any of this kind of stuff, RoswellNMHistory.org is our website. You will find all the information available to you there. Also, you will find our phone number if you want to call Amy direct there.
622-8333. Or email me if you're listening and life's easier, just to email historydirector@outlook.com.
Yeah.
RoswellNMHistory.org has information on the flag event and a lot of other additional opportunities.
And, of course, if you want to do some shopping, books, the Peter Herb prints, all of that on the website as well, too. And if you want autographs of them, we can make all that well, the Peter Herb prints is a little hard to get autographed, but the books, we can get those.
That's right, for sure. We can get them customized. Call first. If you want to place your order online, it'd be good to call first. Let me know your specific needs or whatever, whether you need it wrapped, whether you need it autographed, whatever you need. We will work with you in any way possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then mark the 14th of June, 5:30 p.m. on your calendars. Come out to the Historical Society. They're on Lee Street. 200 Lee is
200 North Lee?
Yeah, which is the house 200 in the archive?
200, that's right. 200 North Lee for the house, 208 North Lee
208 is the archive. They're right next to each other. It's right in the corner there. You'll see the house on the corner, and then there's the parking where there's plenty of parking, and then the archive facility is right on the other side of that parking.
Yep.
So
I'm excited.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. I'm telling you, as a board member that's been for not all of the brick thing, but I came in probably about midway through it, serving on the board. It is a huge relief and joy and happiness for the entire board to finally get this thing done
and celebrate all the individuals' names.
I know
that are on
some people get antsy and wanting to do this, and trust me,
antsy,
we were just as antsy and frustrated as you were on getting this stuff done. But the end of the day,
the alternative would have been we would have rushed and done something that perhaps would have been the wrong thing, or with the grounds issues we've had.
We did it slow and right as opposed to quick and wrong. And
we've
at
lost
the end of the day,
a lot of people that are now on that wall, and we want to celebrate the lives of every one of them. It is not about the road we've traveled. It is about honoring and paying tribute and celebrating life. And it's not just memorializing. Some of them are celebrating marriages. My husband and I, Ralph bought us a brick.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating getting married. Well, we should,
I think you should spend a good 20 minutes just sitting down and reading all the different the people of honor. Some of them are local historical figures. Some are organizations.
Unique. Some said
a lot of family members. Yeah.
And one thing that I am thinking about, I'm working with a Roswell High School class reunion. I haven't mentioned this. A Roswell High class reunion. I can't remember. And Betty, if you're listening, I don't know how many years y'all have been celebrating, but we're honored to celebrate class reunions and legacy.
Yeah.
Give us a call, and we're doing little goodie bags and stuff for them. We're honored to do those things for individuals that have graduated here 30, 40, 50 years ago, whether it's 10. It doesn't matter. Give us a call. We're always willing to work with those kinds of events.
Or for a little
to celebrate
shindig
history.
you want to need the archive facility for?
Yes, or give a special tour. Many have taken their class picture in the front of the museum. A great photo op, celebrating history and stuff. So doing things like that, too. Yep.
You know what? Oh, man. You know what I'd like to see?
What's that?
Maybe we can get some high schoolers now. Go take your pictures in front of the house. And then let's look at your 20-year reunion and see what the house looks like.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
I'd love to see some of those house through the years. I mean, obviously the families and everything want to see that difference too, but from
challenging those classes
from an outsider
to get out
perspective,
there and take those pictures.
That's
like, true.
How much that house changed over there? How close
to
is
come
it?
back in 10 and see that? That's awesome.
Neat. Yeah.
Part of history. Yeah. Well, and even whether you have to take the side shots, you could put a pretty large group right there.
It's a lot of house to get in front of.
And yes. And we're going to do some more celebrating. We've got events. We're going to do some things. Again, we're slow and steady. We're doing things the right way. We've got look going on. Follow us on Facebook or whatever about future events and
Absolutely,
stuff too.
yes.
Fair and different things.
RoswellNMHistory.org. Email historydirector@outlook.com or
and
call.
June 14th.
Yeah, or call. What's the number again? I never remember.
622-8333. And I'll just say this. It is wild and crazy. Just around here at the radio station, it is crazy in my life. And then say, yes, I called them and you didn't answer the phone. 575-915-4471. That is my cell phone number.
Okay.
If you have needs and say, Amy, I don't have time to leave a message, whatever, call or text me, 575-915-4471. If you have additional needs, need me to work with you in any way possible. And I'm not always there.
Facebook users like and follow the Historical Society on Facebook as well, too. Good way to keep up to date on things. So awesome. Well, thank you, Amy. We'll
thank
go
you.
let you go
appreciate it.
Put out your other fires.
Hey, that's all right. Thank you for what y'all do. We appreciate it.
Anytime, and we'll see you next time, okay?
Happy day. Thank you very much.
Take care. It is 9:51. Let's do some news. Your Sean Hannity update, SRM business update, quick break. All of that before we go. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We continue to have fallout from the recent severe thunderstorms. The city of Roswell continuing to deal with a large amount of water, flooding streets and other areas in South Roswell. The Roswell Chavez County Emergency Manager was part of an aerial review of the area west of the Roswell Air Center on Tuesday. The source of the water flowing into South Roswell is a breach in a flood control diversion structure. It's similar to a levee about 1 mile west of the city. The city is working with Chavez County and the Chavez County Flood Commission, as well as the state of New Mexico, in trying to stop or at least control the flow of that water. Several city streets remained closed to through traffic or all traffic as of Wednesday in the area impacted by the flooding. Motorists are discouraged from driving through flooded streets and are urged to seek alternate routes. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
These are Russian hackers that are now attacking our meat industry. The same hackers or same location, Russian, with the Colonial Pipeline. I, for the life of me, don't understand. Our government has been hacked now for like 30 or 40 years. To whatever point they had any computer systems, they've been hacked. And why we have not built up a defensive measure against outside hacking and hackers, I don't know. There's no excuse anymore for this. Fool me once, twice, 5, 10, 15, 20 times, shame on you. Fool me 20, 30, 40 years later, shame on us.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Do you want to invest in cash-flowing real estate without all of the hassles? Introducing PassiveInvesting.com, a national private equity real estate firm with over $380 million under management. We have an offering available to invest right now in an institutional-level, newly built apartment community in Orlando, Florida. Only available to independently verified, accredited investors. Visit PassiveInvesting.com for details on how you can invest today. That's PassiveInvesting.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Stationary front and low pressure nearby, and we still have a little bit of moist air in eastern New Mexico, so we can't rule out a few showers or thunderstorms this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be fair, and our high temperature in the mid-80s. Overnight, partly cloudy with low to mid-60s, and then tomorrow looks about the same, mostly sunny in the morning, maybe an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, and mid to upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street's key averages are lower for the week following this morning's losses for the Dow, NASDAQ, and the S&P. The number of applications for jobless benefits hitting another pandemic low. Correspondent Jeremy House says that last week,
jobless claims dropped to 385,000. That's down 20,000 from the week before. The number of applications for unemployment aid has fallen steadily all year. The decline reflects a rebound in economic growth and the job market's steady recovery from the coronavirus recession.
Zoom is still booming, raising prospects that the video conferencing service will be able to maintain momentum even as the easing pandemic lessens the need for virtual meetings. The productivity of American workers rose 5.4% in the first quarter, unrevised from prior estimates, and labor costs were up as well, rising 1.7%. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests, and they offer answers and solutions when you need them most. Protect your home, your children, and your pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Let Bob Reed Pest Control and their fully licensed professionals start working for you and your family today. Call 623-5344, serving all of southeastern New Mexico. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Good morning, honey. Hey, I have to pick up the kids from school this afternoon. Can you call...
A home invasion can happen anytime, even when you're at home. Protect your home and the ones you love with whole home security from Zenith Security. The security experts at Zenith Security can monitor your whole home 24/7. So they're ready whether you're there or not. Call Zenith Security Services, LLC at 626-3521. That's 626-3521 and get whole home security with Zenith Security Services, LLC.
As the school year comes to an end and COVID restrictions start to ease, don't lose sight of the lessons learned. Cover your cough, positive personal hygiene, respect one another, show and tell others you love them. Fiscal and social responsibility are great ways to show your love. This is Damon Graham, your local New York Life agent. I can help you show your love to others. Call me at 575-623-0803 so we can determine how you best can show your love. Expect to be blessed.
Followers of Jesus learn in the Gospel of Matthew about true discipleship. It means emulating him and pursuing a genuine righteousness that exceeds that of Pharisees and teachers of the law. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus described his idea for true disciples. He expected them to be forgiving, honest, genuine, humble, and most of all, kind to everyone around them. True disciples will proclaim that Jesus is the Son of God, that only he's worthy of our praise and our worship. They'll live like he is their Lord and Savior and that they are repentant sinners saved by his grace. Jesus encouraged his disciples to persevere, knowing that difficult times would come. He gave them a blueprint of what a true disciple looks like. The question is, are we willing to follow that same blueprint?
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The average person spends only 10 minutes a day speaking. Many wish Mike Winters was more like the average person. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:58. That's about going to do it for us for today's show. But if you missed any part of it, I do invite you to go back and check it out. We had, of course, Amy McVeigh-Tejas just join us a few minutes ago here from the Historical Society talking all about what they've got going on. Of course, we played our interview we had with the author talking about the 9/11 stuff as well, too. All right, here's your last chance. If you want a 4-pack of tickets to see the Invaders tonight, take on Santa Fe Fuego for Chamber Night, 7 p.m. I got a 4-pack right now, 575-578-1198. Be my caller here, and I will get you a 4-pack. I'm about out, but I got another here if you want it. 575-578-1198. Be my first caller, and we'll set that 4-pack aside for you. Actually, I think I got 2 more left. 575-578-1198. Call us now. It's going to be fun out there. I can't wait to. Unfortunately, I have a meeting tonight with the American Legion, so I can't go. I'm going to have to go another night, but I can't wait to get out there and check out some baseball. Go to RoswellInvaders.com for more information on season schedules, ticket swag, learn more about Read with Invaders and Invader Youth Baseball Camp, all that stuff available there at the RoswellInvaders.com website. All right, we got to go. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Take care.